Hey, Buster, have you got your guitar? Hey, Buster, have you got your guitar?
Yeah, I've got it right here. I've just been working on something new. It's a song about looking for the truth. Play for you guys.
Hey, Buster, have you got your guitar?
Yeah, I've got it right here. I've just been working on something new. It's a song about looking for the truth.
What are you doing? I want your shelf level or not? And if I say yes, you're gonna provide that for me with that? Yes? See the bubble? I'm familiar with the bubble, Morty. I also dabble in precision, and if you think you can even approach it with your sad, naked caveman eyeball and a bubble of air, you're the reason this species is a failure, and it makes me angry. You wanna experience true level? Do you?
Oh, that's in the mind for all to fade.
And it makes me angry.
Choices will be made.
You wanna experience true level? Do you?
You can choose to let your mind be free.
Wow, it's so... Oh my God. Oh, Christ. Yeah, true level, bitch.
You might think that you're right.
Exactly, it's level.
Everybody knows that you're wrong.
And it makes me angry.
There are things
Wow,
in this
it's so...
world that are
Oh my God.
objectively
Oh,
true.
Christ. Yeah, true level, bitch.
In the end, you find we're all looking for the truth.
Save it for YouTube. I'll keep looking for clues. Wow, it's so... Oh my God. Oh, Christ. Yeah, true level, bitch.
And that's my midpoint, 981.
We will watch it all come tumbling down.
But look what I did here.
Tired of the lies,
And bam, there's the radius of the Earth.
tired of the obfuscation now.
Everything's crooked. Reality is poison. I want to go back. I hate this.
Using this bridge.
Go to school,
Computing the radius of the Earth,
I think that you're right.
3 coplanar points
Everybody knows that you're wrong.
in 3D would describe a circle.
There are things in this world
You want to experience true level?
that
Do
are
you?
objectively true.
True level, bitch.
In the end, you find we're all looking for the
I'll keep
truth.
looking for clues.
Because the thing, your vision is already being obfuscated by the spherical cap.
One of the humps
To the light,
True level, bitch.
we will not let these shadows win. Step into the
Go to
light.
school, Summer. I'm going Woody's memory into a little.
radius of the Earth.
Lance to the cosmic slaughter! Well, to be in charge of what I get to remember. Why? Good question.
We will watch it burn.
And bam, there's the radius of the Earth.
Ground in pieces. But from the ashes come
Yeah. True level,
something
bitch.
that's pure for all to see.
You know, we have our
It has been directly measured.
Do you?
Everybody knows that
Yes.
you're wrong.
By Jesse Kozlowski.
There are things in this world
you know, I got the idea from Belu. I'm not
that
kidding.
are objectively true.
Yeah. True level, bitch.
You find we're all looking for the truth.
I'll keep looking for clues. Yeah. True level, bitch. Yeah. True level, bitch. Oh my God. Oh, Christ. Yeah. True level, bitch. True level, bitch. True level, bitch. All right, save it for YouTube. I'll keep looking for clues.
And we are live. Not many people watching. It is Friday night. Nobody's really doing anything. It is. It's Pi Day, isn't it? I had to go live on Pi Day, seeing as we've had a few conversations today about it. Welcome all. It is a free-for-all Friday, so all of those people wanted to come in yesterday. We were doing a thing, So if anybody is out there, you want to ask us any questions or anything, well, here we are. Come on in. Have a chat or ask us whatever you want. Did everyone see, the days going on? I don't know how many people actually watch all of the stuff. Nathan Oakley during the day got told off today from the guys at the politics server. Anyone? No. Someone at the politics server finally had the nerve to tell Nathan Oakley that he might be going overboard a little bit, and the approach he was taking was a little bit much for people to take. They'd reached their limit with him, and they applauded him, the guy, for being a fair mod. So it's one of the most unbiased places on the internet now. I'm still getting that bleep, the notification messages coming through. I don't know what's going on there. Discord's playing up. I have just had my PC do another update again. My phone's got an update. Right. I do have that McToon thing to go over. If anybody, I don't know if we haven't got that much to do. Was hoping that there would be somebody coming in here, getting ready to ask us some questions. There were some burning questions on the lips of some people, but sadly didn't get to get asked them. So, welcome everyone. It's Pi Day. The last of the spherical Pi days. This is the Euclidean Pi Day. And then the rest of the days for the rest of the year were in the hands of Brenda and Bob, I think. Plague Zero in the chat. Somebody mentioned that today. A load of videos. Who was that? Spot on it was. Look at all these people that, old faces coming back again. Dead weird, isn't it? So, we have been dealing today with the straight line. I've got, but there's loads of conversations I have, right? But they all happen during the day. No, I don't think anybody's that really interested in it. You want some music? You want to play some music? I'll play some music. I've done quite a few. Yeah, I'll play some tunes. Oh, I have. I've done these ones today, haven't I? Put them on. Oh, that's the. You guys can't listen to them, can you? I've put them on. I put them on me thing. Here's my latest one. On YouTube. Just resize this. go. Just on this one today.
In the shadows where the whispers play lies a path where the brave will stray. A torch in hand to light the way. Deep in the cave where roots do lay. With a torchlight in our hands, map of secrets lost in sand. Echoes bounce from stone to stone, chasing whispers all alone. Down in the dark we seek the light. In the depths we'll find our sight. Truths uncovered by our flight. Roots of knowledge taking height. Crystals gleam with a softened glow. Hidden secrets the ancients know. Through the darkness we must go to find the roots where ideas grow. In the cave where knowledge blooms, hidden truth in dusty rooms. Roots dig deep where light can't find. Unlock secrets of the mind. With every step the past reveals, dusty relics start to heal. Understanding we can feel. In these halls the truth is real. Down the corridor shadows flicker. Minds grow sharper, thoughts grow quicker. Roots of wisdom strong and thicker, guiding us through every bicker. Heartbeats echo in the dark. We breathe life into this arc. Every step a lesson learned. Every twist a page we've turned. In the cave where knowledge blooms, hidden truths in dusty rooms. Roots dig deep where light can't find. Unlock secrets of the mind.
That was the Walk Return to the Cave series. Basing a lot of this stuff on the return to the cave, the Plato's cave, the idea of Plato's cave. It seems to work quite well as an analogy with, like, we talk to each other in here about that. The idea of going back into the cave. Got a funny little bit at the bottom of that page there. Oh. Wow. I don't know what to go. Have you got any more tunes or anything? How's everyone else doing? Mobius
you all right?
as well. Yeah, Mobius.
What's been exciting today?
Well, I don't know. I think the drama at the politics channel. That was 24/7.
Yeah. Yes, I mean that was a bit public, and was this witnessing the meltdown or the breakdown of Nathan Oakley? By the sounds of it, I know he's bad, but he's kind of collapsing. It seems he can't answer any questions at all. Absolutely nothing.
That was the bad part about it, right? They tried to find some sort of a win out of it, but in reality, Nathan Oakley couldn't address one question, and over the last 2 days he's been to politics. He's not been able to address any question. He keeps saying he's answered them, but nobody actually got an answer on anything.
You know, DJ the mod picked him up on his swearing and sexual insults and things like that. I think even just the obfuscation from answering any questions puts the flat earthers in a bad light, really, because like you said, when he goes in there, people don't come. Because of that, I think the Globe has boycotted him ages ago. Said no, we're not even going to give him any airtime. He's just got sycophantic flat earthers in there, just enabling him and backing up his rubbish. And and then when he's gone, they get talking. Well, it might be nonsense stuff. But they are talking with people.
It's a similar sort of script, though, isn't it? I mean, they bill themselves as a flat Earth place. So when people go in there to ask them about flat Earth, because that's normally what people are going in there for, right? I want to know how flat Earthers are dealing with the 2 points of rotation. That's fascinating to me. But so you go in there wanting to ask them questions, but they ask you to prove something about the globe. It always gets turned around on the other people, not them, because they're the experts on flat Earth. They never have to field a question, like Nathan Oakley.
No, they get very upset if you don't hold a position that they can get hold of. So they assume you have one, and then accuse you of being a certain person with certain beliefs and thoughts, and having said certain things or implied certain things, when all you've asked them is can you just explain this, or how does that work, or they don't tend to want to shut you down, switch you round. If you ask them a question about flat Earth, well, how do you prove the globe? Where's the curve? Well, I never said anything about the curve. I never said anything about the globe. I was asking about your thing. How does your thing work? How can I better understand that? Yeah. So they tend to shut that down.
It's a hard question, right? It's a hard question for anyone to answer. Like, what happens with these lights in the sky?
Yeah, it's easy to, make mistakes or misunderstandings of it if you can't get to the bottom of what is actually being said. So of course, if you're a bit, coming at it a bit half-assed, really, thinking, well, perhaps they mean that, and then you want to ask them, what that might be. They just say, you might get a term wrong or something not quite right. Anything that they can kind of find a little crack to stick a screwdriver in and then peel off your cover and go, oh, look at you, can't come in here all damaged. And in order not to have to answer. And so it's kind of hard to get to the bottom of it and work out, I think, what is actually being said in order to say, okay, that's kind of feasible, or that's in the world of nutter. Nobody can really say. I'll just have to leave it at that or whatever.
We did get to hear a bit more about the antipodal planes, though, right? I mean, there was some fascinating stuff in that.
Yeah, again, some of it was, convoluted, really. It wasn't clear, For me, I didn't get a clear picture in my mind Maybe I wasn't focused or something. I don't know. Maybe I need to listen back to it to really unpick it and get a picture of what was actually being described there.
I don't think there is any rhetoric for being able to do it. I mean, I've talked to a few people about it and tried to explain what I understand as, what's actually going on. And the rhetoric, it seems pretty simple, but I mean, it's advanced simplicity, isn't it? Like, how you marry that to your mind seems to be the part that doesn't have any words for. Like, there's a simple process of what goes on. The light goes this way round and this light goes this way round, but it's the same light. So how do you place that in your mind? And that's the question that's been asked to flat earthers, really, because I mean, people, there's an easy way out. You just globe it. Right, that's an easy way out. And anybody with the globe can just do.
To do that, when you get to the end of the explanation, you might go, "Can't." There's no way that's understandable. Just put that in the.
Give it to God.
In the maybe box. Yeah.
I just hand it to God. It's simple as that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the flat earthers don't seem to be able to do that. Or, I don't want to give them any hints or anything, but
I don't think they know. I just don't think they know.
I think, if they knew, never been asked it, though. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yes,
it's like they
it seems
don't even know what the question is or how to comprehend what's going on. They seem to take offence or feel like they're being attacked. It's really strange. It's like the way the mind deals with these issues. I don't want to upset flat earthers, but I would like to.
No. If everything in that world comes from flat Earth measurements, then surely they must know what they are. Because if they've been turned into this model, if it isn't their model, they said, well, we haven't got a model. But if there is a model that's the globe, and it all came from flat Earth measurements, then somewhere in there's a model, and somewhere there must be some understanding of how the flat bit was presented and measured in the first place to become the globe.
Yeah.
And I still see two flat planes sandwiched together, facing opposite each other. That's all that I can kind of get to in what I've heard so far.
And the guy dangling off it or something.
But the guy dangling off the bottom, yeah. So you do that kind of, what's it called, that kind of where those guys leap around the buildings and jump up and down over fences and anyway, parkour. It's a bit like that, you get to the edge, you do parkour, flip over, and you're hanging on the bottom. And that's your south flat bit. And the north flat bit is Polaris, and the south bit is Sigma Octantis, though they say that they recognise it's there, but some say it isn't there. But again, that's two different points of rotation.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the latitudes work.
Posted antipodal to make the globe, apparently. But it's what you do with them on the flat Earth.
Yes,
that's the bit that we want to get at. But
so what are they actually?
Whether the
if they're
flat
not
earthers are ready for it or not. It's like they get surprised by the question.
Yeah. Yeah, and added to that they haven't gone beyond the equator in their claim of flat Earth measurements. We know they can't have gone all the way to the equator in truth, because that 15 to 20 degrees angle is just not a trustworthy place to get exact angles from, in the mist and the fog and the heat and the temperature changes and all that in that misty bit. But yeah, of course, they haven't actually done it. That's not which is the funniest thing, really, because there's always explanations saying, "Well, have you done it?" No, we haven't done it. So they don't really know how it's done. Just kind of a rhetoric.
Yeah, it's like
they've
built an argument, isn't it, that they've heard through storytelling.
Yeah.
Again, the shadows that they've been given shadows,
standing
and
on,
they're just sort of repeating
standing
it.
on the shoulders of the shadow giants. Yeah, I mean, that was clear. The guy who came in last, sort of late before the explosion, the implosion, was saying, if you stood on a hill or a dome, can you get an elevation angle? Which seemed to blow Nathan's gasket a bit.
Yeah, that was weird.
He knew the implications. He knew the implications of what he was saying.
Do you think?
Because, well,
I think he knew the implications of what was to come next.
Yes,
and
yes,
that's where he didn't want to go.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, but he states that his citation is. It's only an angle, though. Still an angle. He calls it an elevation angle and says an elevation angle is a right angle. But when he describes it, it's from an imaginary line from the observer to the celestial, to the horizontal the observer is standing on. Well, that's only two lines at an angle. So, there's an assumption of a triangle there somewhere. But in any case, can you do it on a hill? So that throws out the idea that the surface has to be horizontal and is horizontal for that to be possible. That seems ridiculous to me, to make those kind of claims, really. Because in truth, they can't be upheld, can they?
Well, I mean, not by somebody who's never measured an angle.
Certainly not that.
Okay, like Kev. Kevlar.
What's he up to?
Who's that guy? As super chatted. I'm just here to launder my Doge. Happy Friday. Didn't know whether he was into that. I've heard a lot of people have made a lot of money out of that, and if they didn't make it, then they're losing it now.
Yeah, there was a lot to be made in the beginning, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, when it was 6 zeros or 4 or 5 zeros and 4. And then it became 78 cents. So there was a lot to have been made back then. But I always thought that, the people who say, "Oh, if only I'd had Bitcoin in 2000 when they were 10 for £1 or something." But of course, when they were £100 each, most people would have sold them. There's not many people who would have, £1,000 a coin, and they'd have been selling them. But nobody would have been thinking then that they'll be worth $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 or something.
Yeah, we're going to make a run on Dave Weiss's Bitcoin. So,
what's his called? I don't know what his is called. I've heard a name of Hex for something, but I think it was Patricia Steers or something.
Dave's isn't really a coin. It's just sort of like an in-app thing. I'm talking about.
Yes, an in-house purchase thing. Yes, but I can't remember where I heard Patricia Steers and somebody else were talking about this crypto scam,
or something like that.
Oh, I think it was on Banners. They were talking about this crypto scam the other day. I know Dave's pushed XRP quite a lot, which was under investigation by the SEC for quite a long time. I'm not sure if it's freed out of it now. I think it was making a bit more money than it was. It was kind of held. Yeah, it's like $2.50, $2.30 or something.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't have money to mess about with that sort of stuff.
No, I thought it was interesting that Doge it's a nothing. It's a coin. It's a meme coin, so it doesn't have any real world value. It's not tied to a product or a service or an idea, even if it was just a some kind of piece of software that would improve the digital currency or something like that. It's nothing. And a lot of people got on it saying it was the people's coin. This is going to make the people rich. And Elon Musk pushed it, named it a few times, and then the price shot up. And it's funny now he's got this government, this American government, what's the word, group? No, anyway, called Doge, D-O-G-E, which is looking into government spending and trying to cut waste. And I thought it was a bit of a meme itself to call it Doge. So I don't know what that, what implications that might have. I thought it was quite amusing.
Yeah, I think I did see that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, beyond me, that money, dealing with money, stocks and shares, and I don't know. I think that's what it seemed like to me at the time when it came in.
Well, they seem to say that the idea of crypto is that it's decentralized, and nobody really knows who's got it and where it is, and I can give it to you and you can give it to me without a bank being involved, and that's all right if you can actually spend it. But the point you want to spend it is when you've got to turn it back into fiat cash money. And then somebody's going to say, where did you get that £10,000 from? And you're going to have to declare it. So, and anyway, on most of these exchanges, you have to verify yourself. You have to send a photograph. Some of you have to send a video.
Wow.
They know who you are. They know everybody who's got an account. So it's not that decentralized at all. I'm sure there are a few loopholes in it for But I always thought, well, yeah, it's okay until you want to bring it into the world and buy yourself a car or a house or pay your electricity bill. That's somewhere, and the banks are getting tighter on that about where you're getting money from, where it came from, and where you're spending it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
when
everybody
the
likes
internet
your
goes, that's it. Well,
everybody likes your crypto talk here, Bev.
Well, I haven't got a clue what it's about.
This is not financial advice.
Is that Kevlar starting it with the bloody Doge thing, wasn't it?
That guy.
They paid you. Bev sold out. He's getting Bitcoin subs and things now. He's got a bit. Yeah, send it to my wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he sent me something, but I can't find it. Hasn't got the king's head on it.
We'll talk to you later, and privately about crypto. All you have to pay us $50 or whatever it is that Jaron does.
Yeah.
Oh man, great.
And we had that the McToon thing as well this morning. That was interesting.
Yes. Yeah, it's a bit of tittle-tattle, some of it, wasn't it, really? But, McToon making actual currency he was, out of releasing a video of the disagreement there between Whitsitt and Jaron and McToon it looked as they, I think, had they arrived in Antarctica by then, or was this in Chile?
Yeah.
And there was the two dumbfounded ALE people who were looking after them. They're kind of sitting there thinking, what the hell's going on here? They have this contractual arguments, and you called me, you slandered me, you wanted to have my kids taken away.
But it wasn't his kids, he said after that. That was the weird thing about it. It's like people... so-called have asked for people's kids to be taken away. Now, I heard Nathan say that today as well.
Well, he says that about Brenda all the time, so I don't know what that one...
Yeah, he said about the police being called by the police.
Yes, I wonder if that actually happened. I heard that.
Yeah.
Whether he was being dramatic and hamming it up, like he said, or whether he was... whether that was true and somebody did... the police and he had to explain himself,
which is weird, right? Because that's why I came into this arena, to tell the flat earthers that they didn't even need to be flat earthers to get that reaction from those people.
Yeah.
And McToon did cite me, I think. I think I'm being cited in these things for noticing that mountains. I wonder whether that's there. Let me have a quick look, see whether I can find it on the transcript. You know what? It's got the transcript already. Yeah, here we go. We check this out. They're getting really good at the transcript thing on YouTube now.
Right. Can you only do that on the computer where you?
Think so.
You
yeah.
can put in a search, because I haven't been able to do it on my phone. I know that.
I
It was a search.
You can do it on your phone.
They got a Control F there somewhere.
Right. Okay, so ready to listen to this. This is McToon, and they're having a discussion.
You must say something about critical think there. Look.
Yeah.
Because his hat doesn't save his belly from the rain.
Yeah, there's loads of comments about critical think's bellies. They think he was trying to smuggle a globe in.
Yeah. So he's got a wet ring all the way round him, where the rain drips off his hat. Yeah, there's definite globe in there.
Right, listen to this. This is McToon talking about since TFE.
Since TFE, he did after the trip. He did one live stream talking about the trip, and then he did another live stream where he the title was "Turns Out the Earth's Not Flat," where he was just pulling the Bev thing. There's mountains and valleys. That's it.
That's the Bev thing. Just saying the Earth's not flat and noticing mountains and valleys. McToon cites me that the Earth's not flat. I'm the only one that, noticing mountains and valleys in this arena is McToon calls the Bev thing. So do the Bev thing. Look at the mountain.
Are we live, folks?
Yeah, yes, we are. Do you want to hear this? Come in and listen to the stream, Robert. Whether you know this, he's talking.
The stream. Oh, we're live. We're live.
Yes, this is. We are live on YouTube, but we are live looking at a video in the stream. And McToon, do you know McToon? You aware?
Yeah.
Right, he's doing a video and he's talking about Whitsit, right, and the fact that Whitsit hasn't done much. But listen to this. Listen to what he says.
Since TFE, he did after the trip. He did one live stream talking about the trip, and then he did another live stream where he the title was "Turns Out the Earth's Not Flat," where he was just pulling the Bev thing. There's mountains and valleys. That's.
Did you know there's mountains and valleys?
You made it to Antarctica after all.
That's the Bev thing. Do the Bev thing.
Yeah.
I guess it's one of the one of the best proofs that the Earth's not flat, and McToon's there giving me the credit for
Have you checked the Merriam-Webster or the Urban Dictionary for the Bev thing?
Yeah. I wonder whether it's on the Flurf wiki. Might be
official.
Yeah. It's how do you prove the globe? Well, The Earth's not flat. Mountains and
Well,
valleys.
so you're famous, man.
I know.
Doing the big thing.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's from McToon. And he was talking about, you know, people wanting to take, you know, people's kids away from them. And I do actually have a thing where Fight the Flat Earth said he was going to get my kids taken away from me. Can you imagine that?
Why? Because you point out that we have hills and valleys.
Yeah, and I also do the level being horizontal thing like we do on the real globe. Because, I mean, everybody
Horizontal
says...
to
what level's horizontal?
Horizontal to what? What do we mean it's horizontal?
The level is a tool to establish a horizontal.
Oh, you're talking about...
They get really upset about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it is something that happens in reality, but there are some people that are a little bit touchy about those sort of things.
But it's only horizontal because of gravity.
Because it doesn't matter what it's because of, does it?
No, the spirit level that you're using.
No, I was talking about like an auto level or a water level or, you know.
Yeah.
Not the bubble level.
Yeah, the water level is only level because of gravity.
It's still horizontal though. There's no slope, otherwise it would be like a river or whatever. It would flow if there's an elevation change.
Horizontal to what reference frame? What are we talking?
The water level is 2 points, and each of them are neither higher nor lower than the other one. So when you put them together, you end up with a horizontal. I mean, it's pretty simple. There's no slope to it. If there were slope, the water would flow into a position where they would be equalized.
Well, it depends on what has the most gravitational pull. I mean, you know,
but that's what we call horizontal, though. You know, in reality, that's what we call horizontal, like the horizon. It's also horizontal because one side's neither higher nor lower than the other side of it, so it's horizontal.
No, it's a point.
What's a point?
The horizon you're looking at.
A point?
Yeah.
I know.
It looks horizontal to you because you're small.
It looks horizontal because it is.
No, it's because you're tiny.
Well, I mean, I am tiny, yes, but that's still. I mean, there's no problem. It happens in reality, right? Check the dictionaries and everything. You know, loads of people will agree with you that the horizon's horizontal. I mean, what else could it be?
Robert, no matter what scale you're at, horizontal, level's always horizontal. It just doesn't matter what size you are. Just a fact.
Yeah.
There are horizontals and verticals. So horizontal to what and vertical to what?
Well, all of the verticals will be perpendicular to the plane of the horizon also, won't they?
What are you going to do if you're a small person? What's vertical? What's going to change about vertical? No matter your size. What's the difference?
No, you're vertical in reference to gravity. That's
vertical is gravity.
But we're talking about horizontal. We're not talking about gravity. You're talking about gravity. We're talking about horizontal.
If there was no gravity, your vertical is also horizontal.
Right? I mean, nobody in here brought up that until you did.
Well, that sounds fucking ridiculous, Robert. I mean,
vertical, if there's no gravity,
vertical isn't horizontal.
Is also horizontal, Robert. Listen, if you're trying to get off my debate team, you're doing a very good job of it. I don't think you mean that. Let's try that again. Your vertical is horizontal. Let's try that again, Robert.
Yeah, your vertical without gravity, your vertical could be horizontal, and vice versa.
But there is gravity, I thought. So why isn't it?
Yes. So vertical to gravity that on Earth, we're vertical there. But we remove the gravitational pull, and what do you have? You have nothing. You have a line, but it could be horizontal or vertical. You don't know. So okay, all right. Without gravity, you know what you do? You have to draw a chart, like a graph, and you have to have.
Would the lines of the graph be perpendicular? Could we call one vertical and the other one horizontal?
Well, it depends on where you're starting. So if you have to start with 0, so you have to put 0 somewhere on the paper.
On the vertical, would we put that on the y-axis?
Right. So once you've established a 0, and so you draw a line through it, right?
X.
You can,
Axis.
and then you draw another line perpendicular to that line. Now you have some references you can work with. You know, on paper, you can say, okay, this one is vertical, this one is horizontal. But if you forget the paper, forget the chart, the graph.
That was the purpose of you drawing a graph.
I know.
That's why you got the paper in the first place. Don't give up on it now you've drawn your graph and just so happens to be vertical and horizontal.
But we don't live on paper. We don't live on.
But all of the verticals on that graph will be perpendicular to the horizontal, won't they?
No, it depends on the orientation of the paper. Are you, again, it's where you establish.
But are we just talking about the graph, not the paper?
No, you have
got
to
the paper so you could draw a graph on it.
You have to establish a coordinate called 0, 0. So where's that?
Well, that's where the X and the Y meet normally, isn't it?
Right. So this is our coordinate, x0, 0. And then you draw a plus from there. You have to, in order to establish verticals and horizontals.
Yeah, and all the verticals will be perpendicular to the horizontal, and all of the horizontals will be perpendicular to the verticals. And you make a
But in reality,
grid.
we don't. Since we don't live on paper, we live in reality. So
but in reality, all verticals and horizontals are perpendicular, just like the ones that you've just drawn on the graph.
Yeah, but vertical to what? You need. Are we?
Vertical
is gravity? You have to bring gravity
that you've just drawn to start your graph.
But even the horizontal is dependent on where gravity is.
Is it? Not in trigonometry, it isn't.
Yes, all of these
relative
lines
to the baseline
gravity,
of the triangle that you're using.
Gravity is the master.
Is the what?
Gravity is the determinant factor of verticals and horizontals.
Well, that is vertical, right?
This is why the Earth is not flat, because they don't have gravity.
But isn't vertical gravity? Isn't like the vector of gravity vertical?
On flat Earth, they don't have gravity. So,
but they do have plumb bobs, right? And that's sort of like one of the best representations of gravity, isn't it? A plumb bob.
Yes.
And flat earthers will definitely agree with the plumb bob, right? So as long as you keep away from gravity and talk of plumb bobs being vertical, it's a similar sort of thing, isn't it?
No. Plumb bobs only work because of gravity.
But they're vertical, right? The fact that a plumb bob establishes a vertical, right?
No.
What,
a vertical
no?
it establishes a vertical in reference to gravity. That's what the plumb bob does.
But that's what vertical is. That's what I'm trying to say. Like vertical is that thing that a plumb bob does.
See, since they don't have gravity, plumb bob is not doing anything for them.
It's establishing a vertical in reality.
No, they don't have gravity, so they don't have
verticals. I'm not bothered about flat earthers, right? I'm just talking to the normal glomies in the street, right? a plumb bob establishes a vertical. This is how we get all of the workmen, right? Because they're out there and they deal with these sort of stuff practically every day. Every bricklayer will understand what a plumb bob is, won't they?
No, the minute you mention the words in reality, you mention the words horizontal and vertical, you're talking about a sphere. Sorry.
No, they're just straight lines.
You're talking about standing on an object with immense gravity. That's what the minute you talk about those things, you have gravity. So if you don't have gravity, what do you have? You have a bunch of just randomly floating hydrogen atoms. I mean,
they're not though, because plumb bobs are tools that we use in reality.
Yeah, Bev's just talking about reality. We don't need to worry about floating around with bubbles or whatever it is, hydrogen things. We're only talking about plumb bobs establishing a vertical right now.
I know. Plumb bobs. Plumb bobs only exist because of gravity. That's
vertical. Yeah. That's exactly what they do.
Yeah. So when they mention plumb bobs, they're actually telling you the Earth is a sphere. That's what I keep telling them.
Well, it's in secret code, but we keep that
exactly,
right. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Don't upset the flat earthers. Just deal with it. It's the vertical, right?
Right.
Keep that to us. It's a secret little code, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think most people are ready for that sort of stuff.
Well, okay. So when I was speaking to Jeremy says he has 2 plumb bobs.
Jeremy,
right? In
2
in that EA place, he uses 2 plumb bobs, and he says they're parallel. And I said, no, they're not.
How does he know that? Did he tell you how he knows it?
He's
saying that just to be antagonizing you?
Well, he's saying because plumb bobs, are vertical, right?
Well, they are vertical
because of gravity. Right? And then he says, well, 2 plumb bobs are parallel. I'm like, no, they're not really. If you set them 3 feet apart, they are not parallel, or even.
Did he tell you how he managed to work out that they were parallel?
No. He just says they are.
No. But you say they're not. Did you tell him why they're not?
He says you can't get 90 degrees. I'm like,
you can't get 90 degrees.
90 because you draw a horizontal line.
Horizontal and vertical are perpendicular. I'll give you that.
So that's why he says they're parallel. I'm like, they're not parallel. It looks parallel. It's close to 90 degrees, but it's okay. If they're 3 feet apart, they're off by 6 times 10 to the minus 6.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done this calculation myself.
Have you done the measurement?
Yeah, because the Earth, the center of the Earth.
You say they were off.
4,000.
Did you say they were off?
Yes, they're off by 10 to the minus 6.
So when we say, when I say that horizontal and vertical are perpendicular, are you sort of saying they're not?
No, they're not. It's not. They're off. It's off. Well, if you only have one, then yeah, you have a vertical. It's a perfect vertical to the center of the planet. So that's good. But if you put another one 3 feet up beside it, another plumb bob, yeah, that one is heading straight to the center of the planet as well. But their parallelity is off by 60 times 10 to the minus 6.
Oh, I thought you was meaning the perpendiculars were off.
Yeah. The perpendicular. Oh, yeah. So the intersection between the horizontal and the vertical, yes.
Yeah.
It's
That's
off.
off.
Yes, it's off.
So not perpendicular.
It's not. If you draw it from
Vertical and horizontal
one
are
plumb bob
pretty sure
to the
that
next
they are
plumb bob,
perpendicular though, right?
from one plumb bob to the next plumb bob, if you measure 90 degrees, it's off. It's off.
So where the vertical meets the horizontal, there's 90 degrees either side. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 90 degrees either side.
Okay. Yeah.
So which
But
is the
it's
bit
off.
that's off then?
It's off.
What's
It's
off?
off by
The 90
it's off.
degrees is off.
Yeah, it looks 90 degrees. It measure, your protractor, because you're so tiny, so 90 degrees, but then it's really off by like some millions, 10 to the minus 6 or something. So you don't see that. It's unrecognizable. We don't care. But yeah. Now, check this out. Check this out. Now, if you have one plumb bob and you draw a line, you could possibly
Have you ever
get
drawn a line with a plumb bob? I don't think they're line drawing tools.
No.
It does sound like a bit of a
Well,
non sequitur. Get a plumb bob and draw a line. There doesn't seem to be much connection between those two things, to be honest.
Well, you can get a perfect perpendicular. You could. But
vertical and horizontal are perpendicular.
Yeah. I
So
know.
you can definitely get a.
You can possibly get perfect. Yes, if you only have two lines, one horizontal, one vertical. You can. But it's hard. It's very hard to get that. You're gonna need like one of those laser.
I don't think it's that very hard to get horizontal and vertical being perpendicular. What you do is you establish a level and you establish a plumb, and hey presto, they're going to be perpendicular.
Yeah,
absolutely certain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, your spirit level would have to be pretty well calibrated down to some,
No, you just get a water level, right? 2 points either side, and dangle a plumb bob in the middle of them. Like the plumb bob is perpendicular to the level.
True. I see what you're saying. Interesting. Let's see. So the level is underneath the plumb bob, because the plumb bob is perfectly vertical. It's
level is
perfect.
just either side of the plumb bob, really.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's a good thought exercise. So the plumb bob is the only perfect thing in our exercise because it's pointing straight to the center of the planet. So it is a perfect vertical line. So once you put the level underneath it and kind of line it up, now you have a perfect horizontal. But it's pretty good, Bev.
Yeah, see, there you go. In the thing there, if you look at that, there's 3 plumb bobs there. I did 3. And it's got definition 10 and axiom. Plumb bobs, water level. It's a bit ago. It was very clean, that whiteboard, isn't it?
I guess the water level would be better.
The water level's on. It's on the left and the right. Can you see it?
Yes, it's better.
You see the tube with the water level? It's depicted in a little drawing, but it's actually there as well at the side. And you can see the water in it as well. Water level, 3 plumb bobs. Which one isn't perpendicular? Take your pick.
You all right, Robert? Gone awfully quiet.
No, I was just thinking.
Robert is very busy.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about this exercise. This is very good. So if you,
Andy's thinking.
Yeah. So the water level, you can establish some pretty perfect 90 degrees. No, with because of that plumb bob, man. It's perfect vertical line. Yeah. Now again, if you have two plumb bobs hanging side by side, they are not parallel. However, you could let's see. No, you couldn't. You only one of them you can get a perfect perpendicular. Once you extend that horizontal line to the next.
What do you think about that though? All right angles are equal to one another.
Yeah, but once you,
it's a good axiom,
if you use one of
that is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of the plumb bobs as your reference point to the next one is going to be off. The next one is going to be off. That angle is going to be off.
So hang on, Robert. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
So I just want to ask a question. So if you had a plumb bob right next to that plumb bob, you're saying only one of the two would be perpendicular? Which one? Which one would be perpendicular? If there was another one right next to it.
You have to choose which one you want.
So it's whichever one you want, and then the other one's not.
The other one is not. The other one automatically is off.
So they both could be because it's not like it's a 50-50 shot, isn't it?
It's three.
Like it's whatever one you choose. So if there was another one hanging right next to it, and I chose, let's say on the right side of the one that's there now, and I choose the one on the right, then that's the one that's perpendicular. But if I choose the one on the left, that's the one that's perpendicular?
No,
it seems a bit contradictory.
Once you keep the same measure to the next one on the left, it's going to be off. You see, it's going to be off.
It wouldn't be perpendicular to that line right there.
No, the next one will not be. No.
Even though it was also a plumb right next to it.
Even though it was also a plumb next to it, absolutely.
But you said I choose which one. What if I want to choose the one that's on the right and not the one that's on the left?
Yeah, right. So you can choose the one on the left. You'd be in sync with that. But the minute you move that same measurement over to the next one, you're off.
What if I want to choose the one on the right then?
Same thing. You choose the one on the right.
The left one's off.
Get in sync, that perpendicularity is going to be off.
You know that sounds utterly ridiculous, right?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Excuse me,
right.
Kevin.
I'll let you go.
Please don't
I'm
attack.
sorry.
No, do not attack.
It's not an attack. It was just an observation. But you go on.
I got your back, Robert.
I'm going to play a game.
No, listen again. Both of them are offset, off of each other, because the Earth is a sphere. It's a sphere.
This has nothing to do with the Earth, though, does it? It's just a plumb bob hanging.
Yeah, it's just in my room.
I was going to an attack again.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You said you were going to play a game. Now it sounds like an attack again.
I am. I'm waiting for it to launch. Excuse me.
Okay.
My goodness.
There is a globe in the room pretty close to that, but I don't think it affects it in any way. Any of those plumb bobs or the water level. Although it does have a lot of power.
So if you establish, so you take one plumb bob, you in sync with that plumb bob, and you create
sync with it.
Yeah, you see. So you create a horizontal. Let's see, a horizontal structure right there that's in sync with the first plumb bob. Right now,
but there's a water level there.
No, you can't. The water level is going to be off by a few degrees, so you can't use that.
What do you mean a few degrees?
Yes, a few degrees to the -6.
Can you see the water level there? Can you actually see it in the picture?
Yeah, but you can't see the degree in which it's off.
Well, which one do you reckon is either higher or lower? The one on the left or the one on the right, seeing as it's the same body of water within the tube in the water level? Which one has the angular difference for some reason?
Well, are you talking about that picture you have there of the plumb bobs hanging there and the line on the paper?
But the body of water within that tube of water is equal, isn't it? You know, in the mathematical sense, it's like the one on the left is neither higher nor lower than the one on the right, the water, because it's the same body of water. Just, you know, I mean, we've done this sort of stuff quite a lot. It seems like we do have to keep going over these sort of things, but they are just basic concepts of what we're dealing with. Like, the one on the left's neither higher nor lower than the one on the right, isn't it?
Yes, we know that. But
would you not call that horizontal? Like, if you were to place a line between those two with neither higher nor lower, would that not be horizontal with like zero slope?
Well, it's kind of okay. So it's off. It's off, but you can't see what is off by. If you had a microscope or electron microscope.
How could it be off? What do you mean by off? Like,
because
are you saying that one of them's either higher or lower than the other one?
It goes across. Well, I guess that's, you know what? It's probably, I guess you could get to. So even if you lean it down,
that would be horizontal. That's what you would call horizontal, isn't it?
The center of gravity would be off. So
center of gravity of what?
Right. Okay, so the water level kind of works like the plumb bob.
Well, in that case, in that picture there's 3 plumb bobs that are hanging across that horizontal. And the plumb bobs would be classed as being vertical. The line across the water level would be classed as being horizontal.
The water level could work. It
does work.
I wouldn't trust. I wouldn't trust it. I would stick to the plumb bob to get that vertical.
Plumb bobs are much better at getting your verticals,
but
and the water level is the best tool for establishing a horizontal.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. But the whole point is that any offset, if you have 2 plumb bobs, there's an offset.
What do you mean offset?
There is an offset. There's an offset.
But they're both vertical, aren't they? Both of the plumb bobs will be establishing a vertical.
No, well, vertical in reference to gravity. That's it's not vertical in reference to like each other. You know, they're off because
Do you mean
there's a
vertical
distance between
reference
them.
to each other? They're both plumb bobs.
Yeah,
All three of them are plumb bobs.
they're a distance away from each other, so they're off. So you know, it's in reference to each other. There is an offset because you're on a sphere. And because gravity. They're both pointing towards gravity. So if you were to scale it down,
gravity.
yeah, if center of gravity, if you were to scale it down, you would see where the plumb bobs would be like leaning towards the center of the ball.
So the plumb bobs are vertical, and vertical's perpendicular to horizontal. But if you've got two verticals and you reference them to each other, then one of them can't really be vertical, or it's just they're both still vertical, aren't they? Even when you reference them to each other.
In reference to gravity, they're both vertical, but when you measure them, you create if you draw a line between the
You're not going to tilt verticals, are you?
They're off. It's the line between the both.
When you say off, do you mean tilt?
Yeah, there's a.
But verticals don't tilt.
In reference to each other, there's a tilt towards each other. They have a tilt towards each other. Yes.
Verticals don't tilt though. It's one of the things.
That's why they're not parallel. They're not parallel because they're pointing to the center of the Earth. So they're moving towards each other, kind of. They're like, they're okay. So one on the left it's leaning to the right, and the one on the right side is leaning to the left, wherever the center of gravity is.
But verticals don't lean, do they? It takes a special sort of mind, I think, to be able to tilt.
The closer you bring the plumb bobs, the more perfect the parallelity is.
The closer.
Yes. The further away they are, the less parallel they are. Does that make sense?
Could you make them perpendicular, do you think?
It's like, okay.
Could you move them far enough away that they become perpendicular?
Yeah, absolutely. They will.
Verticals.
If you go, if you make a what you call it, like you travel a quarter of the sphere, they will become perpendicular. Yes.
Perpendicular verticals.
Very perpendicular verticals. Yes.
You sounded really comfortable there, Rob.
Yeah.
Phew, it was kind of like, phew. Yeah, I could hear it. Yeah. Right.
Yes, I think but you understand. You understand. Yep.
Phew.
So if you go a quarter of the distance of the sphere, guess what? One of them become horizontal in reference to the other. Yes.
The place where the vertical is perpendicular.
Did you just say that it becomes horizontal?
Yes, in reference to the other.
But a vertical becomes horizontal.
In reference to the other plumb bob.
Well, that means both of them would be, wouldn't they?
Yes. This is true as well.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Reference to the other one.
In reference to the other one.
Yeah, so you start off with two verticals, and you move the verticals, but keep them vertical, far enough apart from each other, then one of the verticals, it doesn't matter which one, would become horizontal in reference to the other one. But you could then call it back a vertical again, and then the other one would be horizontal.
Yes.
Okay, how far do we have a distance? Are any of us lot that far apart from each other?
Yeah, 45 degrees.
45 degrees?
Yeah. No, sorry. I lied. 90 degrees.
Okay. 90.
90 degrees.
So what would that mean? Somebody, have we got anybody? Oh, nobody lives at the North Pole.
Sure, that's your only lie there, Robert.
That's my only lie. I've never told a lie before.
Okay.
My only lie in my entire life. It's 90 degrees. 90.
So if we could do this thing, if somebody who lived on the equator somewhere, like, I don't know, where's that, Syene or something like that?
Nathan.
Ecuador.
Nathan's house.
Ecuador, there you go, Ecuador, that's a good one. There's a song about that. And then we get somebody at like the point of rotation, but two people, one at each point of rotation with a plumb bob. Or in fact, all three of them, the Ecuador and the 2 points of rotation, everybody holding a plumb bob. Then, like the one at the equator could go, if I'm vertical, then you two's horizontal. And the guys at the poles, or the points of rotation, would be able to say, if I'm got a vertical plumb bob here, then the guy at Ecuador's got a horizontal plumb bob.
That's right. Both of you are 90 degrees in orientation to each other.
So that's not like, it's like, so what could we say? A practically vertical, but globally horizontal in relation to each other.
Yes, in relation to each other. Yes.
That's
not in relation to gravity. Not in reference to gravity. No, not.
No, I didn't say in reference to each other. Not
reference to each other. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Obviously, because it is a vertical, right?
You need a reference point, yes, and each other. If you're using each other as a reference, you're perpendicular to each other. Yep.
And that's globe, right? Exclusive. That wouldn't work on a flat Earth, would it?
Yep, exclusive. So both of you could go and fight each other for which one is horizontal. You both would win.
I don't think we need to be fighting. You'd have a job fighting, though, wouldn't you?
The guy don't
quite a way away from each other, aren't they?
I am the horizontal guy. You're up in in UK, and you say, no, I am the horizontal. You guys
listen, Robert, you don't try to dox Bev. That's the last thing you want to do.
I've got the horizontal plumb bob. No, I've got the horizontal plumb bob.
Yes.
It's always going to be horizontal plumb bob in relation to somebody on the globe somewhere, isn't it?
Yep.
There you go. Try that one at work next time.
Well, okay. If you build,
hang on. Whoa. You know when you first established your vertical that was perpendicular to horizontal? How did you do that if it was already horizontal?
It was it was already horizontal.
Then it would be parallel to the horizontal. That's what you mean. The vertical would be parallel to the horizontal if it was already horizontal. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the vertical's horizontal and parallel to the horizontal. Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah,
that sounds a bit ridiculous.
Well, I wouldn't say it like that.
Totally glad.
You wouldn't.
No.
Sounds logical. Sounds logical. You just did say they were horizontal.
Yeah, you don't want to be walking around saying that sort of stuff. You save it for Discord channels and shit like that.
Yeah.
We know what you mean, but we wouldn't say it like that.
Yeah, we know it's flat, but we know it's not flat. That kind of thing. Yeah, you're right. It would fit the Discord.
Definitely not flat Earth, right? You couldn't do that on a flat Earth.
No. No.
You'd be muted, Robert.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Right,
You,
quick. You know about muting, don't you?
Yep.
You did it. You had a good laugh on today. It was quite funny. I think you wound him up with your crazy laughing, but good job you didn't tell him.
I was laughing an awful lot when you said, "Are you looking at the lights in the sky?"
To tell what's going on the Earth, because you can't do that, you know. Well, the flat earthers will berate you when you say that if you're a glober. So you can't tell the shape of the Earth if by looking at the sky.
Right.
But strangely, they do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you look at the sky. What are you doing?
We had a good conversation about straight earlier as well, didn't we? You weren't too keen on straight earlier. Now vertical is straight, isn't it?
There's no straight.
But vertical is straight, isn't it?
Oh, what, Robert? Just say that again. You've been hanging out with Oakley, you get a bit confused, are you? There's no what?
There's no straight. It's just dots. What is straight? You can
vertical
put a bunch
is
of
straight,
dots
isn't
together.
it?
No, you put a bunch of dots side by side. But they're a bunch of dots. They're just a bunch of dots.
Side by side.
Yeah. It's just okay. It's like it's like a sphere. It's like a circle. A circle is just dots side by side.
But that's not what vertical is it?
No.
No, I mean like the vertical, not the horizontal vertical, because that would be side by side, wouldn't it? I'm talking about the actual vertical in relation to...
In relation to what?
Reality, right? The plumb bob.
Yes,
the vertical in relation to the plumb bob.
You know what? I'm starting to think plumb bob is... Oh, I think I've already said it. I'm sorry. Plumb bob is the only thing that is reliable on Earth.
For straight.
No, as a starting point for anything.
It's not a point though, is it? It's establishes a vertical, a string.
Yeah, it's the only thing. It's the only thing. There's nothing else that is reliable. Even the horizontal is not reliable. It's just not.
Have you ever heard of the old school word for it? It's one of my favourite words. It's perpendicle. It's a good word, that, isn't it? It's a good Scrabble word. Because perpendicle, and it means anything hanging down by a straight line.
Right. Even it doesn't matter. Even if you shift what the plumb bob is attached to, even if you shift that guy, the plumb bob still is vertical in reference to gravity. It's the only reliable tool on our planet.
Kevin, try not to cough over Robert when you're speaking. Thank you.
Shut up, NORAD.
The water level is not reliable. Spirit level is not reliable. Those are not reliable things. I wouldn't rely on them. It's just...
Do you not? You can rely on a water level. That's as simple as a plumb bob.
No, I just thought about it. No, you can't. It's not.
You just thought about it.
It's an inconvenient thing. We wouldn't want to trust it.
Could you think of a water level as a plumb bob far enough away to be perpendicular to vertical?
No, because there's two parts of the water level, and those two parts they could be off.
But they could be far enough away, couldn't they?
Yeah,
was 2
I mean,
points.
okay. The surface that you're putting the no, wait, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. If you hang the water level on the plumb bob, well, no, you can. No, it still might drift a little bit. You know. Yeah.
You could. What about if you hung the plumb bob off the water level?
Yeah, the water level will be off, but the plumb bob will be perfect.
Water level would be off. Off from what?
Yeah, because it doesn't matter how you swivel the water level. You know, the plumb bob still stays sink vertical. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's what's unfortunate?
That everything that we have on the planet is off by a few degrees.
What about the measurement, the degree measurement? Could that be off by a few degrees? The tool that we use to measure the angle that it's unfortunate that things are off by.
Yeah, it's off. The only perfect thing the only perfect physical object in our reality is a plumb bob. That's the only perfect thing. So the only next to perfect thing would be in the spiritual world. That'd be God. So you know.
Wow, that's just putting the plumb bob into to a lofty position, isn't it?
God and a plumb bob together.
Yeah.
Yes,
The left
God
hand
and
of
a
God.
plumb bob together.
Are they perpendicular to each other?
They can be. Yeah, they can be because God is not affected by gravity. So yeah, they can be.
Yeah. Plumb bobs are, aren't they?
Yeah. Because even if you were outside of the sphere and standing beside it, I mean, you would still be off by a few degrees because you would be leaning towards the sphere. So, yeah.
Got a super chat here. I don't know what you think of this.
I'm a little bit
This is
disappointed.
Godzilla. Godzilla says, what's better than being so high you think plumb bobs are not parallel with each other? Damn.
Yeah,
I
they're
just
not.
he smoked some of Canada's finest.
Only one plumb bob.
There's
It's a singularity. It's a singularity. 2 plumb bobs is off. It's not.
One
they're
is
not.
good. If there's
One is
two,
good.
how do you know which one is good? Is that the problem? If they've got 2, then you don't know which one's good. But if you've just got one, then you know that one's good.
Well, they're all kind of good in their own dimension. So
could we put that in the Brickies toolbox, right? Never have more than one plumb bob.
No, multiple plumb bobs are in their own. 2 plumb bobs are in 2 separate dimensions. So they, yeah.
So if God is plumb bob, is Satan horizontal?
Perpendicularly opposed.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it works like that.
The devil is subject to the ground, so he's in trouble. He's off all the time.
Do you want to do like a thought experiment? I don't know whether we've ever done this one with you.
Of course, Robert would. Robert loves thought experiments.
It's plumb
Don't
bobs.
you, Robert?
It does involve 2 though. you okay
We
with
need to
thought
be-
experiments involving 2 plumb bobs?
Yeah, are we recording this because we can definitely develop a research paper from this entire discussion?
It's going out live, yeah. We call this one the on the level thought experiment. Do you want to?
We really need to bring this to the scientific community. We really need to say, guys, listen.
We are in the scientific community here. These
Plus, it's Pi Day.
listeners, yeah, it's Pi Day as well.
Yeah,
we got the scientific. I mean,
we have a
revelation.
We have a revelation. With the next giant symposium of top physicists that meet, we have to go and say we have a revelation that says the only perfect thing in a physical world is a plumb bob.
We're thinking of doing a paper on horizontal, not sloping. Suppose we could do the perpendicular.
Because the pendulum, a pendulum, the Foucault's pendulum is an example of a plumb bob. See?
Do you know the difference between a pendulum and a plumb bob?
Yeah, I know the difference, but I'm just saying there's a similarity there, hence the ability to detect.
There is a difference though, isn't there? There's a difference between a pendulum and a plumb bob.
Yeah, one is not swinging.
No motion.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
One is not swinging. That's right. Now, see, what happens is when you swing the plumb bob, you are putting the plumb bob in a different reference frame.
Vertical.
Than vertical.
It is a vertical though, right? That establishes the reference frame. The plumb bob.
No, you put it in a arc reference. You put it in an arc reference frame. Yes.
Like the game.
No, because gravity is fighting for the plumb bob to keep it vertical. The inertial reference frame acceleration of the Earth turning on its axis has created a different reference frame for the plumb bob. So the plumb bob...
No motion to a plumb bob, right? That's the difference between it and a pendulum.
No, but if you swing it, I'm saying if you swing it, you have to swing it.
You have to swing the plumb bob?
Yes.
For what?
You need to throw it in a different reference frame. So
we're not using it as a weapon or anything, are we?
Aren't you supposed to be absolutely sure that a plumb bob is still before you use it for any kind of measurements or a tool? I thought that was always the case. Plumb bob can't be swinging.
Correct.
So why were we swinging it? You said we have to swing it. Why?
Well, we're trying to determine motion of the Earth
by swinging a plumb bob.
Yes. So just like how you have 2 plumb bobs that are going to be off by a certain number, 10 to the -6 or something, right? So when you swing it, what happens is that 10 to the -6, it's like if the plumb bob is swinging within a range of...
It's not a plumb bob then. Call it a pendulum.
2 feet. Or like if it's swinging within a range of 3 feet. Yeah, 3 feet. what happens here now is you create multiple verticals in an inertial reference frame. That's what you're going to be creating. This is interesting, actually.
Very.
You know, like it's like a merry-go-round, right? If you
like a
are
plumb bob on a
walking,
merry-go-round.
yeah, if you put a plumb bob on a merry-go-round, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. You see, because instead of
Would
the
that be in
plumb
the
bob,
center? Would you put it in the center of it, Robert, or would you dangle it off the side?
no, you put it in the center. It has to be in dead center.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
You will see what happens as it comes back, as it processes back. It won't process back on that straight line. It's going to make a curve as it comes back. Right.
Are we spinning the merry-go-round, or are we just? Is it just like static?
We're spinning it. We have to let it go. Till press the button.
Oh, a big one. One of those ones with the horses that go up and down.
The larger it is, or you know what? Forget the merry-go-round. Let's just stick with Earth, because Earth is turning on its axis. The plumb bob will process. You will see the procession, and it's going to be an arc. All of those, as it's in that inertial reference frame.
The plumb bob needs to be stationary, though. Didn't we just agree on that?
Yeah, we can. I guess I was trying to use a plumb bob to do other perfect things.
I've never seen a plumb bob process.
Certainly not on its own. I mean, you'd have to get it to move for it to move. You have to force it to move. It's not going to move on its own, certainly.
I can't imagine why Nathan Oakley would want to shut you down. It's terrible, this, isn't it? You imagine that, like, he shut Robert down today, but Robert was laughing at him.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah. Not one of Nathan Oakley's best moments, but he's had a lot of not best moments lately.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, why is he going to this guy? He's like, elevation angle. I was like, what? Elevation to what?
You measure it flat by what?
He's like, oh yeah, to the sun. I'm like, what? You mean there's something in the sky just to measure the ground? Yeah. I said, what's going on here? Yeah. He got caught right there. Yeah. I don't think he's ever going to mention elevation angles again.
That's his flat earth proof. He might have wrecked it for him. I bet he will. He'll still use it as his proof. Because he thinks that he told you how they measured it flat. You heard him tell you. You measure an angle.
An elevation angle.
Yeah.
That's the key. He's like, what? What? Is there something in the sky?
They think it's a triangle, right? They think by measuring an angle they can make a triangle.
He mentioned the sun, and I was like, the sun, so the thing in the sky? for the ground. What's going on? That was hilarious. I found that extremely funny. Extreme.
Yeah,
I was going to ask him
saying
for
today, how long do you think that can go on? Like, imagine Nathan Oakley. He's been doing that for 10 years, right? And I don't think he ever got anybody to they weren't even allowed to ask one question. Because did you get your question answered that you did ask him initially? Can you remember what you asked Nathan today?
Yeah, about the sky. That's what you mean before the first time I went in there.
Well, when you went in today to ask him a question, like, what was the question, and did he answer the question, or were you just laughing at him because he was going to the sun?
Questions. There were two. The first time I went in, I asked him something else. I forgot what it was. But the second time I went in, I asked him, you're using something in the sky to measure the ground?
Yeah, did you ask him how he measured it flat or something?
Oh, yeah, I did ask him that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you measure something flat? And then he went into, elevation angle. It's like, what?
But that didn't answer your question, did it? I mean, it was he just said that.
Right, and then he went into the tirades about the sun, the elevation angles. I was like, so that's when I said, you're using the sky to measure the ground. Then I repeated it like several times, and they all got really pissed at me, I guess, and because he was really just spiraling at that point, poor guy.
Well, they did have that for years. I can remember flat earthers saying that for years, that you can't measure. I think they initially said it to the Globers. That, because Globers were trying to say something that they could, was it, I can't even remember that far back. Must have been a fair few years ago. That I can't remember the Globers' claims. Was there a globe claim that the sun, or maybe even this what Jaren's seen, the sun circles in the sky.
Yeah, the 24-hour sun.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not really a claim of the globe, is it? It's a claim that the flat earthers can't get what it is. Or is it a globe claim? Is it, can the sun circles in the sky be used as a proof of globe?
Yes. For example,
Can they? Go on.
The size of the sun does not change.
The size of it?
Yes. The angular size of the sun does not change throughout the day in any significant way, right? If the earth was flat, the sun would be moving away. It would go from 0 to 100%, and then from 100% to 0, right? We do not see that in our reality. The sun is still the same size as it rises, as it's in noon, as it sets. Same size.
But I mean, if you've seen a sun circle, then it's not going to change, is it? Yeah, no, but I'm talking about the sun circles argument.
You're talking about the 24-hour sun, right?
Yeah, but it's not moving further away, is it? Because it's going around in a circle in the sky.
No, but on flat Earth it goes around in a circle over your head. But,
yeah, and that's what happens on the globe as well, isn't it? The sun circles.
No.
Yeah, that's what McToon and all of those have been saying. Don't confuse people.
Yeah, why are they saying that?
They've been saying it for ages. The sun circles.
Are they talking about the Analemma?
No, they're talking about when they went there and they filmed the sun doing a circle in the sky.
You're talking about the 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
Or in the north as well. It happens in the north, doesn't it?
Yes, in the Arctic, correct.
So that's what I'm saying. Those sun circles in the sky, can they be used as they are, as sun circles, to prove the globe? Or is it just a problem for the flat earthers?
Yes, it's a problem. It's a problem for the flat earthers.
And if you've got the false dichotomy in play, then you can use it as a proof of globe. But you're best off not really dealing with the false dichotomy. Leave that to one side and just deal with it as a problem for flat Earth. Because I'm not too sure whether you can make the false dichotomy work for the globe. You know, with the sun circles.
Mm-hmm. The 24-hour sun in Antarctica is an entailment of the sphere. It can only happen naturally on a globe type of arrangement.
The one in the south.
One in the south, one in the north, absolutely.
But the one in the north, was a flat Earth one, right? That's what Nathan Oakley uses to measure his angles.
Because he has that. Remember, they have the sun drifting to the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn and back and forth arbitrarily. I have asked them for what moves their sun. They have yet to answer that question. The sun is just moving arbitrarily. Because
it goes around in circles, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know what the mover of that is. Prime mover, eh?
Oh, but by the way, they're talking about like the celestial sphere, that everything is moving from west to from east to west, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of arbitrary what's moving them. Or they're like, oh, well, you ever heard about the ether? I'm like, okay, the ether moves stuff in one direction. Yeah. Okay.
Don't think Nathan Oakley will have any of that shit talking about that.
What about those polar orbiting satellites? What about those guys? What are they on a different ether?
I don't know. Have you ever filmed the clouds and watched them? They can be like 3 or 4 different layers of clouds, and they all go in different directions. Different heights or whatever. It's quite interesting, really, if you put a time lapse look up. I've got a few of those recordings done. Is that on Gods? Is that on YouTube? Because they've banned us all from the YouTube chat. I don't know what's going on with them. It's like the chats do get a little bit boring. You know, when you just see the same people chatting all of the time. But I used to have a good laugh. I can remember seeing you. Yeah, you've not seen much of Gods or anybody really. I mean, how big do you reckon Nathan Oakley's ban list is on his YouTube chat, and QE as well, too? Because they've got the same managers.
QE is in the quantum realm.
Is he on now? Is he live?
No, I'm saying he's in a different realm of reality. He's not in a dimension.
Into the quantum? I thought you were into the quantum stuff, weren't you? Do you not go for that? Some of it's a bit unbelievable, really.
I'm saying
it's globe though.
His arguments are so basic, so fundamental, like it's in the quantum.
Well, what is quantum then to you? What do you think of that?
No, I'm just using it to just mock his fundamentalness, that he thinks all of this stuff is complex, but it's not. And he lied, by the way.
I think he's got a quantum proof of God, I think. I've heard.
No, he lied. He produced a document that said that, what's his name? The guy that who started the Cavendish experiment, said that Cavendish did not measure big G.
Blue Marble Science.
What?
Blue Marble Science is the guy that started the Cavendish, isn't he?
No, what's his name? I forgot his name. I have to look it up now.
I don't know his
But
name. Blue Marble
but
Science.
he wrote a
They call
paper
him
saying
Big
that
Blue.
Cavendish did not measure the big G. But guess what? He couldn't have written that paper because he died 5 years before Cavendish finished.
Oh, that's not Blue's not. Can't be Blue.
That's not true. QE is lying. You guys need to. If you guys ever speak to him again about that, tell him to stop saying that.
I don't think we can. There's most of us have been banned, like we said, from the YouTube and the Discord and most of the stuff. I would say, I bet if I was to do a poll, like most of the people in the chat or anything round here, I bet they're banned from QEs.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if you guys
I'd love
ever
to have
get
a
a
chat
chance,
with him. I'd really like to talk to him about his fallacious modus tollens. I've asked him if I can be unbanned from that Discord server, so I can go over there. But
yeah, the guy's Mitchell. He said Mitchell, who started the, who was starting to begin starting the Cavendish apparatus. He died 5 years before Cavendish took it over and finished it. And then, so Mitchell wrote a paper that says, "Oh, Cavendish did not measure big G."
Mitchell from Australia.
How did he not? How did he write that? He was dead. Yeah, I told QE that, and then that's when he banned me. He kicked me out of the room because I called him out on that. Because remember, I did the Cavendish experiment, so I know a lot about it.
You did as well, did you?
Not everything, Yeah, I did it.
In your garage.
It was one of our projects. It's cool.
Oh, it's cool.
Yes. So we did our research and stuff. We learned about the brother named Mitchell that started the apparatus. He was very sick, so he passed away. And then Cavendish, who was one of his students,
you do the history in it in school as well.
Yes. And then when he took it over, he finished it 5 years after, and he measured big G and all that kind of stuff.
Did he keep the same stuff?
Well,
did he make some new gear?
Yeah. He took the idea, the basic framework, but he had to obviously make a lot of adjustments to it because, more modern, up to date to get the more accurate measurements and stuff like that. So Mitchell started him off. Let's put it that way, and then he finished the race. So. And Cavendish's mission was to measure the density of the Earth, right? Based on Newtonian mechanics and all these sort of things, right? That's what was his goal. But he needed big G, big gravity, in order to measure density and weight. He needed that. So he had to have a value. And he came up with his... He had to have a value for weight of the Earth. Right.
So density is weight over volume, is it?
Density is weight times volume, I think. Yeah, something like that.
So he already knew the volume. So what he was trying to do with the Cavendish thing was measure the weight of the Earth. Now that's impressive, isn't it?
Yes, extremely. Impressive.
So that's proper globe science, that.
Right. Yeah, well, I never went that deep into measuring weight and stuff like that. We were
But
just
if he's
trying
after
to.
the density, then like he wasn't measuring the volume, was he? I mean, that wouldn't measure volume, would it? That apparatus like that isn't a measurement of volume, is it?
There's a couple ways to get to derive.
He must have already had the volume, right? They've already done that.
There's some derivatives there. I didn't get that deep into it. Probably should need to study on that. But there's some derivatives there for the volume.
Yeah, it's got to be there. It could only have been measuring the weight.
But density, okay, mass over volume. So in order for mass, you need to find out mass.
Yeah, you're just trying to weigh how heavy the Earth is, and then you can put it into your equation and get the density. Bish, bash, bash.
I think so.
It's a clever way of coming up with measuring the weight.
We just bought a couple bags of Earth from Home Depot here. They're freaking heavy, man.
Yeah.
Earth is heavy. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, you've got to swing some balls about in your shed, and then you'll be able to.
Well, I didn't even think about the balls.
Tell how heavy it is divided by the volume, and then you know the density.
Nathan's issue. I wonder if that's Nathan's sort of issue. He did do this cabbages experiment at school, and that's where he's got this balls thing going on.
I don't think we do it in school. I've never met anyone in the UK that ever did Cavendish. But I mean, I'm of a certain age. I don't know whether the youth today could maybe they do. I don't know. I don't think my lads have never done it. They'd have told me if they'd have done a Cavendish at school. So maybe just not every school does it. I do have a meme for that, but Cavendish meme. No, it's gone. Should have a better collection of memes so I know where they all are. I know I've got a load of them, but they're all over the place. God, it's a globe. Come on, guys. It is globe. It does fit though, right? Because I say the globe is non-geometric, and that would fit with what Gord's sort of talking about. What would you reckon to that, Robert? That God did say that no man should know the whole of everything, right? Is that Bedford, J-Ro? Looks like it might be. No. Oh, is that in America? Oh. How far are they? 6 miles-ish? Something like that? I don't know. Can you get at each end and sort of have a look at two? Oh, right. Nice. Still quite a way, that, isn't it? So that's a bloody big trip. I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. Put your foot down. I'm having a look through my albums. It's quite a good Cavendish one as well. Oh, here's one of my oldest ones, like this. Check that out. That's an old meme, that.
You still look the same, though, Bev, I would say. You haven't really changed much.
That was my first reaction, that. You what? Emma's got a name called Hey Lady because today somebody said, "Hey Lady, you should do an IQ test with Nathan Oakley."
That was weird, wasn't it? As soon as she came in, too. I mean, some people just can't talk to women. Maybe we didn't think about this. Maybe Emma was just too intimidating for him.
Yeah, threatened Nathan Oakley's. Well, I mean, the guy obviously had Nathan Oakley built up in his mind as, you know, a leader figure. And when Emma told him that Nathan was talking a load of nonsense, I don't know whether she phrased it exactly like that.
Well, he did go on to 24/7
Yeah.
and kiss his ass a little later.
He did, yeah.
But he couldn't put enough salve on it to stop Nathan from taking it all out on Robert. It's too bad.
Somebody's called themselves the Prime Mover. Didn't I say that earlier or what? Okay, how don't know I'll do that. It's in the chat anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that? Is that from the Bible? I'm not too. I wouldn't want to interpret it. I've heard
What Captain put in the live chat?
Yeah, is that the bit where, you know, he said that nobody should know about it or whatever?
Yes, I think it is. I think it's Job. Book of Job, I believe. Not sure. Captain needs to put his citations in there.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Captain, come on now. Get your citations in there.
Totally non-geometric though, right? I mean, that's what, if that's what he was talking about it being non-geometric. Job 38:2. We haven't got one of those bots. We could get one in the server, actually, couldn't we?
Mm-hmm. Might be good.
Because it does seem like there is a bit of wisdom in there somewhere. But then, you know, interpreting it wrongly could be classed, you could get classed as a heretic by certain people. But I mean, I think you're in fear of that from everything, really, aren't you? I mean, you could be a globe heretic, you can be a flat earth heretic, just because certain people say you're not interpreting it the right way. But
you're certain to be a heretic to one group or the other here.
Yeah.
For sure. Of the false dichotomy. Or both, if you're lucky enough to be you.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
several of us
probably a
here.
heretic to the Bible or the teachings of all of that
It's
as
possible.
well. I mean, people would say...
Possible.
Yeah, there's loads of them. Yeah, we'll have to get into all of that sort of stuff. I am interested in, you know, think I've got a really good argument.
All the what stuff? The Bible stuff, or?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Bible
we
stuff's
are right
a bit
in the middle
too...
of a religious war.
I
right
know.
Now.
Yeah. And it is going to become, well, unbelievably strict, right? There's going to be inquisitions all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. All you can do is interpret it, right? It's only I guess the religious leaders that then start depicting who is the ones that misinterpreting different parts. And to be honest, at the minute, you're going to be much better off with the Bible, because you're going to be a heretic on the other ones, and I think they're a bit more vicious than the religious guys at the minute.
Yeah.
It's like which one's going to be worse, though, right? Because I mean, today what we witnessed was proper anger and hatred coming from the
indeed
the flat Earth leaders. You know, they're the ones that I mean, they can't even field a question. So I'm guessing anyone could become a heretic there just by saying something.
Just by asking a question.
Did you also notice that the guy that pulled him up and said, "Whoa, stop! You know what you're doing is just crazy."
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a bit of an argument between the mods. There was a bit of a power struggle going on, and somebody saying, "Shut up!" You know, he backed Oakley, so the other guy should stand down, and he kind of stood up to him a bit more, and then it went a bit quiet, and then he came back and apologized. And obviously, it seemed obvious to me that something had been said in the back room, and he had to go and apologize to him for upsetting his show.
Yeah.
You know, so he had to bow his head to, you know, his morals said to him, "I've heard enough, that's enough." But something made him have to bow his head to someone to come and apologize, and, you know, and then said he would have to deal with the wrath. I don't think that was the word he used, but it was kind of that he would have to deal with the wrath later when in the mod server, when he knew he'd have to go there and face the Inquisition or lose 2 points or something. He goes from gold plus to gold standard, perhaps, as a mod.
Yeah, I don't know that he's gonna be a mod much longer. At least not while Nathan. I don't know if they could take it off when Nathan goes there, but no one stops Nathan from his tirades.
No, and so Nathan's saying he was in a neutral server. The mods are nothing to do with him. He has no control of them, but he took control over them. He told the other mods to shut the other mod up. And what's this mod doing?
Yeah.
White knighting for me and butting in. And he has no power over them, but he did pull power on them. And they bow to him. You know, So he's one in that sense of that, you know, they allow it, and then Crit comes on and makes all kind of, oh, well, you know, you've got to be careful, you know, because we could get done for SA, sexual abuse kind of TOS things.
Stuff,
you know, that's what we meant. Sorry, he was just a bit, you know, he was just trying to be cautious, and, you know, the things that went on there, that the guy had to stand down. And he's sort of pretty senior mod, been around for 8 years. But the other guys that, I don't know what position of the hierarchy they're in, but they sounded quite strong vocally, at least, as if they had a bit more authority, and they could pull rank on him and say, no, this is his show, we're going to do this. But then realize it was out in the public, you know, there's other people trying to usher them off the street, away from the press, kind of thing. Don't let the press catch you punching your wife or something. So that was very interesting, what's going on with that.
Was a fascinating dynamic what was going on, and it's sort of, I don't know whether we can wait till next week.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
In a way, you know, it's crazy, isn't it, really? But yeah, it's just, you know, the unraveling of flat Earth. So certainly feels like that.
Yeah, I think what Will Duffy's done, I keep saying to everyone, he's a genius. He's like, the amount of time we've been here saying, I'm not a flat earther. Can we not just talk about this test that we can do in reality? Everybody can do it. So now this is ended flat Earth once and for all. It's done. There's nothing left of flat Earth. Nathan Oakley can pretend he's measuring it flat, but I mean, that's just not true. Any measurement is a measurement of not flatness. So goodbye flat Earth. You've not got an answer to any of these questions. It's obvious 'tis globe. Let's just get on to dealing with what happens in reality. It's about time. So I welcome it. I'm sorry, flat earthers. Well, I guess anybody that's watching us now is obviously not a flat earther. But I do I'm still keen to talk to them. But they do seem to get too triggered. So I'm not too sure. If there are any flat earthers that want to come and have a chat, I can't really see us going to them anymore, because they get offended. They're like, why did you come here? That's what they're saying, aren't they? Like Nathan Oakley basically said today, don't come and ask me questions about anything.
Yeah, what's the point of being in there? I mean, if nobody goes in there, he moans.
Yeah.
But, you know, oh, you know, we beat them off, and he has no content. And he even talks about going over videos. It was getting so bad. We can go over some videos in here. Let's just talk amongst ourselves about the housekeeping questions or something. And then when somebody does come in and ask him,
Flatsuite's literally just done a show saying, why are people so obsessed with flat Earth? So, yeah. I mean, that's sort of like, why are you coming over here and talking to us about it? Like, what?
Yeah.
So the flat earthers that are left just want to be left on their own to do whatever they want to do. They, you know, their flat earth stuff, and good luck to them. It's ridiculous. They're done. They're counting themselves out of the conversation.
Oh, it's been an interesting day. I gotta run, do some stuff.
Right. What's
everybody
the 616?
Everybody have a good night. Yeah, we can get into that at some time.
Is that what Gods is going on about? Marvel Universe?
I don't know what that is, but somebody threw 555 in there, and all I can remember is that was every phone number in TV, and movies until very recently.
Was it?
Yeah. In the U.S., anytime there was a phone number on the television, or a TV show or a movie, it would always be 555. 555, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the last 4 numbers would be, because we have 7-digit numbers here. Unless you have to call outside your area, and then you have 9 digits. 9 digits, 10 digits. Yeah, weird stuff.
Oh.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
All right.
Yep. Take care.
All right. I'll talk
Catch
to
you
you guys
later.
later.
Yeah. See you
All
tomorrow.
right, bye.
What time are we at? It's 10 o'clock. Does anyone else want to come in and have a chat? I was always hoping that Chris Berry was going to come over. He's been wanting to come over and ask us some questions about, I don't know.
Fluff.
I don't know what he's now, because he's not a flat earther anymore. I've converted Chris Berry. He's not a flat earther, he said. But I don't know what he wants to come and ask us.
I did wonder, that guy talking to Flatsoid, whether he was New Moon with his another Indian character.
The one that's talking to him today.
To talk to Flatsoid this evening, I thought.
Yeah, no, that's.
I wonder if it's him.
That's the guy from Matters Now, the Ozian debate thing. Yeah.
Oh, it was him.
Misinformation agent, yeah.
Oh, no wonder they were a bit antagonistic to him.
Yeah. It's people. I don't know what's wrong with people and why they can't talk to other people. It just seems wrong. It's like, should we ban him? Should we stop us from talking to him? No, I think some of the most fascinating conversations I've had have been with people that Flatsoid would probably get rid of. Nathan Oakley definitely wouldn't be able to field a question from most of the people we chat to.
I was interested to see if Roger and him were going to have this debate about science. I thought, this is going to be exciting.
I don't think he can. I'm sorry, it's been sad to see what happened to Nathan Oakley. I don't looking back and thinking at Nathan Oakley. It's always been a drama thing. I don't think there's ever been anything that Nathan Oakley has ever taught anybody. Does anyone know anything? Is anybody in the chat or anybody in there? Let us know what Nathan Oakley's taught them about reality or anything like that. Godzilla's got a playlist ready. I don't know about most of them. I don't know Slipknot though. Anyone? Is anyone what's the best thing that Nathan Oakley's ever taught you? I don't think there's anything there, because I don't know what the thing is that with Nathan, he gets all of his information from people that go over there, but the people that go over there are never as good as Nathan Oakley, so they can't really give him any information because he's already the authority on it. So I don't really know what there is there. I mean, he's got a reference book. He says he's got a reference book on the way. But what's that? What's Nathan Oakley got to put in that book? Any flat earth arguments? Rebuttals to claims that people bring to him? He can't even field a question. I'm not too sure what's going on. Flatsoid denies everything that anybody ever gives them. And I don't know who's left. Same thing happened to Arwen. Became the authority on something that there is no authority on. There's no classes, there's no subject matter, there's no degrees or anything that you can do on the shape of the earth. Because like it says in the Bible, right? God says, nuh-uh, you're not going to know this. So you're left with mad people being the authority on something that no man can be the authority on. It's weird, isn't it? It's a good job. There isn't any authority on it at all. I've never taught anybody anything. Just seem knowledgeable about cold sores. They're not cold sores. They're a dehumidifier, mold, spore sores. I think that was the thing that was. It's like he's been beat up. Dildo attack. You want another song? I need to go. Right, I got anyone got any? I was looking for a Buster one, but an AI one. Bot doesn't want to post a link. No way. So, exclamation NL. Might need to redo it. Right, I'm going to do a Buster one while I just nip and make a brew.
This one's for Buster. It's the echo in your brain. You know you can't sustain the misconceptions in your mind. One day you'll see for sure what all of this was for. Then you can leave it all behind. The journey begins. I am the one here that will show the proof. I am the one here that is searching for the truth. I am the whispers of the logic in your mind. I am an agent of the logos. In the beginning was found this thing that cannot speak. It's how we all truly learn. It's only ever tamed when one lets go of fear. So don't let wisdom pass you by. the journey begins. I am the one here that will show the proof. I am the one here that is searching for the truth. I am the whispers of the logic in your mind. I am an agent of the logos. It was there all along. How could I never have seen this thing that's danced all around? It wasn't until I left behind the things I believed that I could see things so clear. The journey begins. Become the one here that will show the proof. Become the one here that is searching for the truth. Become the whispers of the logic in their mind. Become an agent of the logo. Become an agent of the logo. We are the agents of the logo.
Right, I'm back. Yeah, of course, Busters is better. What we are gonna be doing is we're doing a world famous Buster versus AI. Obviously, that's one of the AI versions. Busters is obviously better. So we're going to be doing that. But Buster's also going to be doing the songs that I've done in AI. He's doing some of mine. And obviously the AI will be doing... Yeah. That's what we've got coming anyway. Just a bit of music. Like a radio station, hopefully. With a bit of music. Oh, did we miss Chris? Oh... He'd be listening in.
He came in exactly for 1 minute and then left and said it was too boring. So yeah. Maybe he'll come back.
He might have been listening in for waiting for me to go to the toilet so he could come in and say it's boring. But I'm back now, Chris. If you're still listening, come on in. He didn't like the Buster music, or it was boring.
Yeah, he just said boring.
Mm-hmm. Come and spice it up then, Chris, with your questions. Unanswerable questions? Don't know. We'll see. Look at that one. Marcus Aurelius quote. Thought that was quite fitting. All of these sort of things seem to keep appearing for us to look at. You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you, Marcus Aurelius. That goes for any question anybody ever asks Nathan Oakley, or anybody over at 24/7, or any flat earther or any globe earther, or people ask you questions, it's normally because they're trying to sort issues out in their own mind. I know I do that sort of stuff. If I'm asking somebody a question, it's in order for me to resolve an issue that I have. Usually. Offence is always taken, never given. Very true. Very true. I've done quite a few like quotes of stuff from books and passages from books and stuff. It's calling like a spoken word thing to get some. We did the beginning of the wisdom with AI, the one that Buster did. All right, catch you later. Yeah, we did the beginning of the wisdom with the AI. Yeah, see, I think we neatened it up a bit. Got some other ones as well. Like this one, I did this one. This one's this is called the Earth is round. So this one's only a short one.
In modern times, wisdom is thin, and the only thing we know is the truth within. The earth is not flat, and that we know, cause I've been around once and I've seen the globe. The sky is not circular, trust me, bro. The sun is not in orbit, and that I know. The earth is round, motherfucker, and science in general is right. Take a little flashlight in a dark room and give it a try. Here, take this globe and set it alight. What is gasoline? Wet shan't burn in time. When did folks start making shit up? Lay down the pipe, you psychotic nut. Holy smokes, they flock in the millions, and they think it's new age teaching when it's old religion. Am I in a circus, and is this a joke? Because I've been around once and I've seen the globe. The earth is round, motherfucker, and science in general is right. Take a little flashlight in a dark room and give it a try. Here, and take this globe and set it alight. What is gasoline? Wet shan't burn in time. When did folks start making shit up? Lay down the pipe, you psychotic nut. Holy smokes, they flock in the millions, and they think it's new age teaching when it's old religion. Am I in a circus, and is this a joke? Because I've been around once and I've seen the globe. The earth is round, motherfucker, and science in general is right. Take a little ball of clay and a piece of string and you'll find how no natural formation is naturally circular in size. And stare with your eyes and you'll come to find the earth is round, motherfucker, and science in general is right. The earth is round, motherfucker, and science in general is right.
There you go. Nobody else will bring you as much globe-based music as we do here. We were the first ones to say the earth was not flat as well. Remember that? We were way ahead of these other people. The original OG earth is not flat. Still not flat. That was the Trust Me Bro song. I think somebody else did a Trust Me Bro. Might have been first. I do actually have some that I did for the final experiment. I can't remember where they are. I'll have to find them back again. Oh, my credits have come back again as well on. Got another load. Reset. So, there is the Realising Euclid test is still there. Dr. Shiva, I think it's like the only test really that there actually is out there that's achievable to most people. I would like to have a word with Dr. Shiva and see what we could set up, but I don't think the flat earthers or the globe earthers are actually interested in it, so that's the problem. That the only person that seems to be interested in it is somebody who, well, I don't know, it's counterintuitive, if you will. Hey. So, if Chris Berry, come on, Chris, let's get in here, get it over and done with, and then we can wrap it up for the night.
Has he been lingering?
Well, he's sort of, I think he's scared to come because it's live. You know, he likes to come and do what he does, but when it's not live, I think he's a bit shy. You know, it's Chris Berry, isn't it? I think he's a bit shy because he's not a flat earther anymore, and he doesn't want people to know it, really. There's a lot of people, you know, leaving flat earth. I'd like to say it was, you know, it was me that, you know, helped them to Tis Globe. But I don't think they want to admit that. I think Will Duffy seems to be leading the Globe charge at the minute.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult coming out of a cult, isn't it? Because, you know, that's when they gang up on you the most and, you know, claim you're the troublemaker, the dissenter. They're always treated the worse, the ones who leave the cult, aren't they, or try to escape, get out. So it can't be a very welcoming thought to admit you've left.
Yeah,
or somebody's given you sanctuary somewhere.
Gord's, and you know, you guys have been around this arena as much. I mean, we just sit in Discord, and I said I'd use Emma to get to talk to as many people in this arena as possible. That sort of fell by the wayside, but I still tried to talk to everybody, and I think I have, right? I've had a short conversation with Whitsit. I had a few conversations with Jared, Dave Weiss, similar. I've never talked to these new guys, right? The ones that come from TikTok. The up and
have you spoke to him?
No,
Natchi Ketter you spoke to, haven't you?
I've talked to, yeah, Natch. But Natch is like a new guy. I don't know who the Z is. Like, I'd never even heard of him. But similarly, I'd never heard of this Melodome.
Yeah, he was he hung around with Jaron and Whitsit kind of area.
And
he
Nick
was over there.
Have you ever heard of Nick?
Not heard of him before, no.
Because that was the guy that Will Duffy apparently said, you know, I've had an email or whatever from Nick, and he's left Flat Earth. So that was the first one that Will Duffy got to announce the Flat Earther, and that's the Nick that was on that program with Melodome the other day.
Yep.
I've never had a chance to talk to any of those. Have any of you guys heard of them? And, you know, like, did you listen to them, or, you know, anything? Like, we got anything to go off? Because I don't have anything to go off other than the fact that there seems to be this growing group of people that are claiming to have once been flat earthers that are now aggressively anti-flat earth. And
it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a bit like ex-smokers. I said that before. You know, Oh, I can't see how you can stand the smell of those things anymore. Oh, that ashtray, you smell like an ashtray. Your hair is your clothes, and they were on 60 a day.
Yeah,
And
but
now
that's
they're
the
really
sort of thing, like
vehemently.
with smoking, like you can admit to yourself that it didn't help you at all, right? There was no benefits for it. And if this thing is the same, it's pretty obvious that they've never had any sort of flat earth proof, because they've readily dropped it, and to the point that they feel I don't know, there's vitriol there, isn't there, towards flat earth?
Yeah, maybe it's the same as, I don't know, is that the reaction of people who leave a cult? Do they spit venom at their once captors?
I don't know.
But it is, I mean, several of them are really, quickly anti. Not just going,
more
oh,
than
gee,
just sort of like against it. Like Jaren's actively gone anti-flat earth. Now, I don't know whether that's like the character, like Nathan Oakley was saying today. It's a performance. Is the anti-flat earth thing a performance art thing again?
Yeah, because I heard some people talking 24/7 today. I think when the show was on or after the show, I was on YouTube, and somebody said, "Oh, Jaren's, he's become a glober," and I think his roots said, "Oh no, he hasn't. He's not a glober," and they don't, as if they don't recognize or don't want to recognize, or what the reason is. But the stuff I've seen of Jaren, he's more of a glober than McToon. Selling it, as I asked him, how's your sales figures? How many globes have you shifted this month?
Well, for instance, right, they've got the way that they've left flat earth and gone against it. Is that in a similar way to the way that the flat earthers, are anti-globe? Because they've left what they consider the globe religion to become. So is that is Nathan Oakley like being the opposite of these anti-flat earthers? Is he being the anti-glober, and that he gets offended at the questions? I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny now you think about. You said that thinking about how the flat earthers treat the globers, but most of them I've heard say we were globers once too, and they don't have any empathy for their stupidity, for someone might say, for them being conditioned into a certain belief system. And you would have thought that they'd have thought, they fell for it, and they'd be trying to help people to see the other side of it rather than attacking them. You'd think if it was the way, the truth, and the life, that they'd be wanting to welcome people into it and explain their story, give their testament, if you like. I know, I understand where you are, man. That's where I was stuck there too. This is what turned me. This is what convinced me. It was this. It's not like there's people coming and trolling, but for those people who are coming along and asking them questions, they're not very kind to them and help them, and at least give them the opportunity before they realise or find out whether they're a troll, or they don't want to speak to them, or there's some other thing going on, or they can't be reached, if you like. There's no calm, come into the fold, brother, sister. We found the truth. We want you to share it too.
Yeah, the Ministry of Flat Earth Because
Yeah.
you've got to consider Nathan Oakley as like some sort of an evangelist, right? Whenever he goes to these other places, he's meant to be going out spreading the word.
Yeah, I think about that, but I think I'm trying to kind of think of what kind of character he could, he could mirror, as an evangelist. Who is there out there? You could say you could model. He could have been modelled on. 'Cause it's not a very appealing kind of pastor he's playing.
No, he's just calling everyone casting out Satan and demons everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know why people are so scared of him. I think there's a lot of that goes on. Maybe it's the alpha thing amongst guys or something.
I think it's because the audience is American and they hear a British voice. They've got some sort of a hook on them.
Yeah, that guy today said that he was a really
intelligent.
How did he say? He said that he spoke really well. He's got not polite, but it was something like that.
Oh, well spoken.
And he said, yeah, well spoken. And he said yes. He said maybe it's the English accent, because the Americans, seem to have a thing for it. The English accent.
There's another quote that I got. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. Epictetus. And that goes to show Nathan Oakley. You may think you're being the leader and stuff, but I don't know, if you have to be calmed down from hurling abuse at people.
Yeah, I mean, at least you should, if it's somebody that you look up to, it should be somebody worthy of that position, really. You could give respect to, and doesn't want to control you, doesn't seek to control you, but maybe a wise person or a kind person, loving person, some qualities that you wish to be and wish to learn from them how to be that, or people you just respect. But if it's based on fear, pecking order, hierarchy, it's really got no value at all.
I think that's why Chris isn't wanting to come in. He has been a Nathan Oakley fanboy for quite a while. Probably feels a little bit, we might ask him something about Nathan and he might have to say something live.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I don't think anybody wants to defend Nathan. I think that's the thing.
Now his opinions might have changed over time, or
I'll give him a little bit of chance. He's a one chance again. AI, I know, no Buster stuff. I've got to get it all sorted on playlists and stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. You got some good tunes. That is the point. It puts out some of that music.
This is like one of the better ones. This one, ready?
Yeah, I mean, like you said the other day, it gives you a chance to be a musician, and to be creative, because you have got some you've gathered a lot of words and ideas that so you're crafting those into the lyrics, into poetry, and trying to tweak the system to get the sound that pleases you and you feel fits. So I guess it's the same as the time when digital music happened and people went away from playing instruments, having to learn instruments and play with actual instruments, And then, I mean, keyboards are instruments, but things became more digitized, and drum sounds, to learn to play the drums, that kind of thing. So then music, there was a period music was being made by people in their bedrooms on a computer without any instruments, hardly at all, just samplers. You know, so it didn't take the creativity away from it. So, you know, it's I guess that balance of the AI that gives you the ability to have some creativity and to produce something that you wouldn't ordinarily be able to produce without it being too manufactured, too synthetic. That's good.
Right, yeah, I'll check this one out. This one. AI again. See if you can check the tune.
I have enough confidence in the things that I know. I have enough wisdom to see the logic will be shown. I got one chance to show you what I got. I got one chance to show I'm confident or not. Of all of the fakers, society spinning, and I'm here just living on the ground. You are your model dictates, you never see too far. Shrinking in the distance, you can do fuck all with an angle, and the fools are running away.
That's definitely one of the success ones, that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to develop your
lyrics,
your smoking Bob Harris voice, haven't you? Slip in a few words in between. That's a nice track there from Amy, Amy from AI, and we'd like to bring you the next track here. This one's from Buster.
Yeah, Buster, bring the Buster one in.
Yeah, just 5 minutes from the news.
We've got loads of that. I mean, I'm surprised by how much music I've done.
How many tracks do you think you got?
Oh, I've got hundreds of them, but I mean, like good ones in my best of. I think there's 36, but that isn't really all of the good ones. I've got some better ones, and I'm still working on some as well.
All right, so first Christmas album coming, eh?
Well, I mean, we've got Buster, the Buster album, I think. Buster's got an album on his own. Then we've got the AI versions of them too. Then I've got the stuff that I've been doing, and then obviously the stuff that Buster's doing as well, of the stuff that I've been doing. So there's plenty of chance. The difference is that the AI music is just AI, so you can learn different things and get in it. But the moment you get somebody like Buster with a real guitar, like the difference is like it's there, right? It's apparent. The real music, AI can't do real music. It can attempt to do it. It's a lot more dancey stuff. It's easier for it to do the dancey stuff. But the moment somebody picks up a real guitar, AI
the
can't
beat's
do
dead
that,
on, isn't it? That's it. The machine is, it's exact. It doesn't have that human nuance, a bit like moving from vinyl to CD. It loses that analog quality of humanity, really, of a human. And I guess they can emulate instruments and the sound of fingers on strings and things, a breath on a microphone.
That's what we're seeing now. We're seeing the rise of AI. Most of the time, you'll see people talking to AI. Even in these conversations, if somebody doesn't know what a word is when you're talking, they'll go quiet for a bit, they'll Google it, they'll come back with an answer, and most of the answers will have worked through AI because, you're a much better person in text if you can deal with AI. But, that's where the actual rhetoric starts working, isn't it? The actual conversations that people have. And I think pretty soon, that's what you're going to want. There's, the rise of I don't know. I think people are going to get fed up of the debates. Because, you don't get anywhere with a debate. You just get frustrated, really. Even listening into most of them. I've not heard many modern debates where you actually gain something. Thinking about it, like back in the day, there was the atheist versus, I don't know, like Christianity, if you will, old Hitchens, all of those sort of things, and they were like proper debates. You could get into it, right? But there's not much of that anymore. These ones where people sit and actually debate about topics and place arguments and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if they do outside of this arena, because there must be some debate somewhere. Yeah, I remember, what I would have known as a debate in the past. What's going on now is been hardly called. I don't know if seen any of them that you would say was a debate.
Well, Earthshake, it's gone, right? There's never been a debate, and Flat Earth debate has turned it into a shit show. That's all Flat Earth debate is. People swearing at people, apparently.
Yeah.
But there are, there's a lot of spirituality now, right? And anti-spirituality as well, which I think that's where the debates of the future are going to be. There's a lot of, although you probably shouldn't with it being heresy and all of that, but there's that many religions now. It's been fragmented into that many different pieces.
Yeah, I wonder if there'll be any debates for the future, not just in the future. Something that has some substance, really, that might lead to some
people
better
lost the art
things.
of argumentation, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is an art, isn't it?
Well,
I'm hopeful for conversations.
I think it's just the use of logic and reasoning. If you don't have the ability to explain your reasoning, and you don't get given that chance to explain your reasoning through the conversation, that's when stuff gets shut down. And that's what these people have been doing. They assume something of the other side and then shut down all attempts for that person to explain what they're talking about.
Yeah. They're not looking to have a conversation. They're not looking to reason together. They just, it's my way or the highway. It's my show. Shut up. That doesn't leave the door open. That just slams it shut. Communication is essential. It's basic cellular activity of humanity. You have to have talks. So, well, like I was saying in the chat, from Nathan Oakley, I learned what not to do. Unfortunately, I've not come away with anything positive. Just definitely not that.
Well, like Mike says in the chat there, he's asking me, did I see Fight the Flat Earth's debate outside the arena? Yes, I did. And in that debate, Fight the Flat Earth was talking about harm. And as he was doing it, I thought, it sounds a lot familiar, this. I'll have to go and check. And all of the messages that Fight the Flat Earth gave me that brought me into this arena were about harm. About how Fight the Flat Earth was telling me how I harmed my child by teaching him about level being horizontal. So, the labels that I've been given, and Fight the Flat Earth still did it the other day, because I said to him, I'd love to have a debate with Fight the Flat Earth about the harm that can be afflicted on children by teaching them that level's horizontal. I mean, let's have a debate about that. And, you know, he flipped out and started calling me a child abuser yet again. So he's still of the opinion that it's harmful to teach people about facts of reality.
Or from his point of view.
But that's what brought me into the arena.
Heresy. He's literally just responding to heresy.
Yeah, he did. He got schooled, but he would have got more schooled had that person known exactly what Fight the Flat Earth was doing. He was calling harm, right? He was the guy that was saying that, you know, secular humanists are, you know, like a governing body that dictate on, you know, where the harm is. But really, he was that person. He's the one that's been in this arena saying that, you know, it's harmful to teach the children. He equates it to projection. Yeah, but it's got nothing to do with flat Earth. So again, he's associating this harm that you give to children when it's completely unbased in anything. Nothing in reality relates to what Fight the Flat Earth was doing. And I'm not too sure, much like if you were trying to give Nathan Oakley a trip outside the arena, even to research some other topic to debate, I don't think he'd be able to do it. He's like Fight the Flat Earth. Fight the Flat Earth was calling that Andrew Thingy a flat earther. He was saying, you're like a flat earther, when it's not even based in any of the arguments or anything.
No, that's exactly what's going on in society, where any boundaries that are set, any definitions that are set forth are then challenged. And then you are required to either surrender and transform or shut up, you see. That's all they know. We don't fall into their categories. We don't fall into their boxes. We don't make sense to them. We're either fake or we're fake news. They don't know how to handle it. So there's no option for them. It's either or, and that's final. You're either right or left. There's no middle ground. There's no anything other than what they believe. So there's no conversation. There's only abuse and vitriol and come to my channel. I'll debate you. I'm like, why would I go there? You can't have a normal conversation with me anywhere that you see me. Why would I go to your channel? To support you? No. I don't reward bad behavior.
Well, look in the chat there. Fight the Flat Earth calls me a child abusing POS that needs to be taught a lesson. He was talking about slapping me. But McToon there underneath that says, I'm mentally handicapped. And if you teach your child lies, you are abusing that child. He considers level being horizontal.
What they don't perceive, Bev, is that they're speaking of themselves and of the government and of the educational system and the whole religious prism out there. They don't understand they're part of the system and that the system isn't broken. It's just way overboard, self-inflated, and self-righteous. I can honestly, quite humbly say, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. They just don't know. They think they're doing something good. They're not.
I told him that, he's over there at McToon's, and I said, the last time you did this, you lost your Twitter account. He says, you were nothing to do with the reason I lost my account, even though he went on a crusade to get me. Said. Yeah. And he put, somebody needs to show you what happens to those kinds of people. The kinds of people that teach the children that level's horizontal. The world would be a better place if your child abusing ass didn't exist. Please remove yourself from the human race. McToon's Discord server. So that's the sort of stuff that goes on. And there's a bit at the bottom of there, right, that says, I said to Fight the Flat Earth, I said, you challenged me to prove to myself that level is horizontal, which he did on Twitter. I said, I did that. Now I know that level is horizontal on the real globe we live on. It's no big deal. You should stop calling people with proofs in reality child abusers. Nothing wrong with it. It's just something that you can do in reality. And I came into this arena to tell flat earthers that these people out there are, they're throwing these sort of things around. Now, Whitsitt was saying that, McToon and all of that was, saying this sort of stuff. But Whitsitt was saying they were saying it to flat earthers. Well, I'm not a flat earther. Right. Never have been. Yet they're still saying it to me and trying to make me a flat earther.
That's like trying to draw a distinction between queer and lesbian.
Well, I'm saying these are the people that are making it flat earth, not me.
Because you're not that.
Yeah.
You see, you don't fall into the box, so they just label you to the closest thing they can get to it. And there you are.
But it's dangerous, right?
Even though you say 'tis globe.
They've got rid of flat earth.
They know what you're saying, so it's like we're not falling for that.
They've got rid of flat Earth, or Will Duffy has. Yet he's
Well,
not got rid of level being horizontal. Now, I say that's got nothing to do with flat Earth, but these guys
absolutely,
say it does.
it's just reality.
These guys are the ones
Yeah.
that want to make it flat Earth, not me.
Well, both sides claim it, but you're just standing your ground in the middle, going, it's neither nor.
Well, I've said I'll quite happily go up and debate Fight the Flat Earth, but I know he won't be able to do it because he can't defend any of his shit that he's been talking about. None of it. I'm not a flat earther, so whatever he wants to debate about that means nothing. And I will debate him about the harm caused about level being horizontal. I will.
Yeah.
I asked him to. So anybody else is listening here, it's out there. I mean, I'm happy to do it. But I
Part
don't
of the
think
problem
he can.
is the cult aspect of all of these things, and neither side is willing to admit that they have the characteristics of cultish involvement and government psyop control, information, and support, because the government is supporting both sides with information. But they don't really want you to know the truth, because then they'll lose all their authority. So there it is, and here we are.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff like that. I've got him. I've got Fight the Flat Earth saying that, you know, teaching level is horizontal is child abuse. And I don't think people like that are safe, really.
No.
In this
they're
new
not.
modern day. But Will Duffy thinks the same thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Will Duffy's linked it to flat Earth. Fools.
And he thinks it's okay to lie. So there's no boundary, there's no character to detain him or discourage him from just going all the way. Just trespassing all over the place. Let's just redefine everything.
And Will Duffy's over there in McToon's Discord server as well. Nobody's really bothered about it. Nobody really cares. It's not happening to the flat earthers, no matter what wits it says. It's happening to, well, it's going to be happening to anybody that comes into the arena at the minute, I think.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
I think personally that Jaren is going to be a better globe salesman than Fight the Flat Earth. So Fight the Flat Earth wants to lose the Fight the Flat Earth tag, and he's got to move to something else. His job, he's going to be taken over by Jaren. He's much better than
if he becomes obsolete, that's a good thing. We have to go find something else to wear as a banner.
Not from what I've seen. The mental breakdown that we've watched in Nathan Oakley over the last few days, and you know, the escalation of his tactics is similar to Fight the Flat Earth. I don't think Fight the Flat Earth can deal with it mentally. I don't think they're equipped to deal with it, but that's a sort of bad sign as well. If that's what we've got to look forward to, it's just the mental decline of everyone around us.
Par for the course, my dear.
Yeah.
They destroy everything in order to make their new creation, and then they destroy that one. I'll give you a new idol, you'll start worshiping it, and then I'm going to break it to you. That idol is fake. All over again. It's constant. There's no central truth to anything that they do, because everything is comparative, everything is relative. They do not have absolute truth. What we have, when we find it and we adhere to it and hold it up, is light, true light. And nobody can put that out. And I guess that's the bottom line, is they don't have an influence on you. The ball's in our court.
I tell you what I have noticed with these new debates. I don't know how many of people's been watching any of the...
I don't know, because some of them aren't debates. They're just
the secular humanist debates. Have you seen any of those from the modern day debates?
Yeah.
Andrew Wilson and Fight the Flat Earth. Did you see any of those?
Yeah, saw some of those.
They have a modern day debates now. Modern day debates have a conference, a debate con thing, where all of the guys that go over there went to debate all of the top guys, and they sent Witsit and Fight the Flat Earth over there. But they've decided, I think, within this that the Earth-shaped debate isn't really a debate, and it's that there's no one that can really bring any arguments, and it's just turned into this Flat Earth debate thing. So both of Witsit and Fight the Flat Earth weren't debating the shape of the Earth. They were debating other topics. And Fight the Flat Earth has managed to get on this secular humanist line of debates, which I don't know. He has debated that sort of thing, but it's been like the biblical flat earthers, and it's very limited to what he can deal with. So obviously he goes to the secular humanist, and that's I don't know. There's a really weird moral idea. I'd like to try and get into those sort of, not so much debates, but the idea of I guess it's the atheist mindset, but not too sure that there's ever such a thing as atheism. So I don't know what sort of I don't know how to get it, what secular humanism is, and I'd probably like to get into those sort of conversations really around it, because I think that's where it's about now.
I wonder if he's trying to be another, what is it, Steve Hawkins?
Who Fight the Flat Earth?
Yeah, well.
No. I mean, I'm just saying about the actual the debate thing. Obviously, there's not going to be any more flat Earth debates. So you're not going to go to Jeren and do a flat Earth debate over at Jeren's like he had Jerenism. You're not going to go to modern day debates and see any of these debates. You're not going to go to Nathan Oakley or Flatsoid or whoever. I don't know. So the actual debate scene that has been going on for a few years, it seems like that's ended as well. So there is only going to be these conversations. I'm not too sure what comes next for these guys, where they are, where they're at.
It remains to be seen.
Well, I mean,
In social media, irrelevance is a curse. So they have to either change something or just plain choose a different subject to run with.
I think
Because
everybody's
if
going to
this
have to
is
do
their
that.
whole life, then they're shit out of luck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what we've been doing, like, you know, the logic and going back and sort of watching the arena and then building upon ideas and stuff to come to the conclusions, which there's a lot of stuff that people can go over in these halls around here. I don't know. I think everybody's going to have to go there. They're going to have to. But sadly, I'm not too sure that modern society's equipped people to be able to actually do that.
I think they're being led to the slaughter, period.
Yeah.
By suppressing everything about us, the resistance and the rational, they just aren't being exposed. They have no idea. It was amazing how people actually know and then what they think they know just because the news told them so. Even if it contradicted everything that they knew from experience, it didn't matter because the television told me, so it must be true. It's just disgusting.
I
don't know what humanity has ahead.
I do. I find it fascinating that we've come to a point in an arena. Oh, is that my voice going? It looks like the connection's getting pretty bad.
I don't know if it's from my end or yours, but there's breaking up.
Yeah, I've got a red connection on. It's gone back to green. Now it's gone to red. Discord's playing up. Maybe a good time to finish. Yeah.
Have you got a favourite, the ones you've produced?
Well, we've got a good one of the Not That. My latest one. I did say that we needed a song for the Not That, but I think this is the one that Buster's doing. I think it's about time we are. We'll just I'll play that, and then we'll get off. Might come back over the weekend.
That would be nice.
The Not That.
I appreciate you all. Been fascinating listening, and it's very nice to hear the conversation with the person called Robert.
He's a good guy. He's
Robert's
committed.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If all the Globers were like Robert, eh?
It would be so nice. It would.
Yeah.
It'd be ice cream and strawberry pie, whatever.
That's how you should be able to communicate with people. There's no need for everybody to get.
You should feel like you're sitting on the front porch talking with your neighbor.
Yeah.
Not my neighbor.
Dangling plum bobs.
Well, Oh, hush. You're my neighbor, and you're so far away. So far away. This day and age of connectivity with not having friends near me, they're all far away. It's just so lonesome.
Right, let me do this. Sorry, Constance, and we'll be back into the Discord. As always, we are talking in Discord, so if you do want to come, Chris, if you don't want to do it live, then you can come in and have a chat after this.
Yes, please come visit.
So this is the Not That, and then we'll end it, and then we'll see you guys at some other time. All right. So this is my new
Good
song.
night, everybody. Thanks for participating. Mwah.
Yeah, take care, everyone.
Yes.
The knot that flickers in shadows gray, a whisper not meant to stay. You speak illusions thin as air, build castles that crumble, life is so unfair. What isn't paints the untrue skies, a canvas of dreams but brittle lies. Brush of thought can tear the seams, unraveling worlds that never gleam. Don't speak of the knot that, don't make it real. Words can wound, distort what we feel. The truth stands firm, the rest will fall. Leave what isn't behind in its empty hall. Words are weights that shape the air. Clarity heals where there's despair. Speak no lies to feed the beast. Let the knot that find its peace. If you name the void, the nothing grows. It swells with the weight of all it shows. Leave unspoken what has no ground. In silence, wisdom can be found. Don't speak of the knot that, don't make it real. Words can wound, distort what we feel. The truth stands firm, the rest will fall. Leave what's not behind in its empty hall. Symbols shatter when lies drift by. Untruths have wings but never fly. Whispers crumble like broken stone, bound by the facts that stand alone. Contradictions start lighting fires, falsehoods where thoughts retire. Every false word builds a maze, burning clear will end the haze. The knot that no sound allowed, truth gets lost inside the shroud. Let it echo clean and bare, the knot that lives where none would care. Never speak of what is not true. Words are tools for what we construe. Paint no mirage on the mindless sea. Speak of what is, let thoughts be free. If you name the void, the nothing grows. It swells with the weight of all it shows. Leave unspoken what has no ground. In the void, nothing can be found. Don't speak of the knot that, don't make it real. Words can wound, distort what we feel. The truth stands firm, the rest will fall. Leave what isn't behind in its empty hall. Symbols shatter when lies drift by. Untruths have wings but never fly. Whispers crumble like broken stone, bound by the facts that stand alone. Contradictions start lighting fires, falsehoods where thoughts retire. Every false word builds a maze, burning clear will end the haze. The knot that no sound allowed, truth gets lost inside the shroud. Let it echo clean and bare, the knot that lives where none would care.